The year was 1997. Howe won their 17th game versus Gunter in 18 meetings. Since that 26-23 win right here at Tiger Stadium, the Howe Bulldogs have lost 12 straight games to the Gunter Tigers. Tigers football program took off during that time, and they haven't looked back. Picked to win district this year and ranked 10th in the state. Gunter, now in the role as Goliath, looks to start district 5-3A play with a win tonight versus David Howe. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Tiger Stadium in Gunter, Texas. Monty Walker along with Michael Mosier and Stephen Braswell. This is one of those games, Michael, where, you know, most people on the outside looking in say, well, it's not even going to be a contest. Gunter's going to roll right over Howe. Howe, I think they have other plans for tonight.
Yeah, they're going to Howe's going to give them a run for their money.
I think it will be a little different of a contest than what most people are thinking now. If you're expecting a lot of throwing the football, not going to happen tonight. Both teams love to run the football. Howe, obviously, they don't like to throw it at all. Quarterback Joaquin Lopez has thrown 13 times all season. That's good for a half for most teams in North Texas. 2 out of 13 is not going to get it done, however, so the ground game has got to be on its top-notch course tonight. Their leading rusher for the Howe Bulldogs, Anthony Hawthorne, 113 carries for 669 yards, 8 touchdowns. He was averaging over 7 yards a carry up until the last game against Pottsboro, and Pottsboro actually held Hawthorne under 100 yards for the first time this season, and he averaged 2.8 yards per 2.8 yards per carry against Pottsboro, which brings his overall yards per carry down to 5.9. So so goes Hawthorne, so goes the Bulldog offense.
Yeah, and it's going to, this Gunter team played Pottsboro pretty tough. And, Pottsboro, they come to Howe and they kind of did a number on Howe, and I'm hoping that, these Bulldogs can bounce back and, do what they do.
Howe leads the overall series 17-11, but before this century, Howe led 17-1, with the only loss coming back in 1958. That was Howe's first year back from a 10-year layoff. And like we mentioned, since 1997, Howe hasn't won a football game against Gunter and have been outscored by Gunter 350-75. So Howe looking to rebound and recover from what's been taking place in this series lately. The first game ever between Howe and Gunter took place on November 1st, 1935, with Howe winning 31-6. The first meeting here in Gunter was on November the 4th, 1938, and Howe won that game 43-0. Overall, here in Gunter, Howe is 7-4 and have outscored the Tigers 243-206. The largest margin of victory we've ever seen between Howe and Gunter is 55, when Gunter beat Howe 55-0 back in 2007. You wonder what Howe's greatest margin of victory is. Well, that's 47, because back in 1940, Howe beat Gunter 54-7. So lots of history between these two teams. The biggest part is Howe was always a little bit bigger than Gunter going back. When Howe was 2A, Gunter was 1A. And now that Gunter is not only caught up to Howe, may even have surpassed Howe in some areas as far as population and number of kids in the school. So, but regardless, it should be a good game tonight. Howe looking to rebound. Started the season 2-0. And since has lost 3 very tough games against 3 very good football teams.
Yeah, they've fought hard in those 3 losses, but they just come up short.
We're going to talk to head coach Zach Hudson here in a few minutes. We had some words with him before the game, and we're going to play the coaches show that aired this morning on HoweEnterprise.com. We will play that here in a moment. We're going to take a quick timeout and be back with some more Howe Bulldogs football in just a moment.
Abby's Restaurant is family owned and run. They have the cure for all your home cooking cravings. Chicken fried steak, loaded baked potato, bacon patty melt, grilled chicken salad, cheese fries, jalapeno stuffed peppers, and more. Don't forget to save room for that cheesecake and cobbler with ice cream. We know you're going to love the food and the service. Abby's Restaurant in downtown Howe. They're open from 11 to 8, Monday through Saturday. Give them a call, 903-487-8860. Abby's Restaurant.
If you can't see the difference, why pay the difference? Switch to Dish for a great deal. Only Dish offers free HD for 24 months and premium movie channels free for 3 months, including Blockbuster at home. Save a bundle when you combine DishNet high-speed internet with your TV service. Get more for less with Dish. Visit Cavender Home Theater, your Dish authorized retailer, or call 903-892-3499 for details. CavenderHT.com.
Welcome to the Bulldogs Coaches Show, featuring Howe, Athletic Director and Head Coach Zach Hudson. All right, Coach, so last time we talked, it was before the Pottsboro game. It seems like a very long time ago. They were a really good football team. Is that something you want to have, prepare for a tough team like that before you get into district?
It is. They're very similar to Gunter. When we step on the field with Gunter, it's not going to be a shock to us on the speed they're playing at and the size of the kids they have. They went toe-to-toe with Gunter, lost in the last quarter there. So they're a team that's very comparable to them, and so it's good for us to see that. We struggle with a couple things against Pottsboro, but the last 2 weeks I think we've gotten that handled.
Well, we're now past the bye week. It's a long layover. Are you in favor for it being right before district like this?
Sometimes you are, sometimes you're not. If you're on a roll, you hate for it to happen because everybody gets set in a schedule and you end up having to hold back a little bit. For us, I think it's good. We're a very young team, a lot of inexperience, and so what it's allowed us to do is, at the beginning we had some success, and then as we started playing better teams, we struggled a little bit. So it's allowed us to go back to the basics, not worry about Gunter, worry about us, and that's what we did all last week, was just worry about fixing us.
Now, injuries have been an issue, especially with Portman. How's that working out?
Portman will be back this game, and injury-wise, we're pretty healthy. Our kids do a good job of taking care of themselves, and our coaches do a good job of taking care of them. So, we should be 100%.
Will there be any changes offensively this week?
No, we're just, we have to add a little bit every week due to it being a new offense. We can't have the whole offense in, needless to say, in 4 weeks before season starts. So every week we add a little bit, but our kids are playing well. We're just not finishing blocks and things like that on offense. So the more we get to practice that, the better off we are.
How about defensively? Any changes there?
Our defensive line will be switching in and out, especially our ends. With Ty being back, it helps. He's usually good for about 8 tackles and a sack a game. So, that'll be a little change there. But, I feel like our linebackers have done a decent job there. And, they trade in quite a bit to keep them healthy and keep them fresh. So, it'll look about the same.
Howe's had a really tough time with Gunter over the past 10 years, but everybody has. What are we going to see from Gunter?
You're going to see multiple things. They do have a big offensive line and quite a large defensive line. And so they're going to pound it straight down your throat and see if you can handle it. They do have a quarterback that can throw the ball around a little bit, so that makes it real tough because you can't just put everybody in the box and stop the run. You got to also stop the pass. So with that many weapons, they're going to spread it around. So what we have to do is hang on to the football and make sure they don't have enough time to go out there and execute their offense and put them in bad situations. So again, we just have to go back to what we're built to do, and get some first downs and run some time off the clock and make them let us dictate what they're doing.
Last question. Heading into district, do you feel better about this team than you did at this point last year heading into district?
Oh, yes. We've gotten better just because they've been in the system longer. Nothing against the last team by any stretch of the imagination. We're better because we understand it more. We do have some young kids, so that's halting that a little bit. But they know the expectations, and so we're not having to worry about that much. But it's going to be a tough district. I think I was talking to one of the coaches this past week, and I think there's going to be 5 of us just sitting there toe-to-toe the whole time, and it's going to come down to points and everything else by the end of the season. And I really think it could come down to a lot of us, fighting from first to fourth. And so, saying that's what makes it fun, though. I mean, it wouldn't be much fun if you just blew out everybody or if everybody blew you out. So, it'll be enjoyable.
This has been the Bulldogs Coaches Show featuring Howe Athletic Director and Head Coach Zach Hudson. For my family, life is a series of celebrations, from my newest born cousin to my grandmother. We all partake in births, weddings, and funerals. Wherever we celebrate, we need to feel welcome. That's why we choose Scoggins Funeral Home in Howe. Scoggins Funeral Home understands our needs. Talk to the caring staff at Scoggins Funeral Home. Call 903-532-5577 or visit scogginsfuneralhome.com.
GCEC Wireless, located in Van Alstyne off of Exit 51, can help you with all your Verizon wireless needs. They have a wide range of products and services, including smartphones, wireless home and mobile internet, wireless home phone service, and accessories. They're also your local DirecTV dealer. So come on by or call them at 903-712-2355. That's GCEC Wireless. And go Bulldogs!
Welcome back to Gunter, Texas. Monty Walker along with Michael Mosier. The head coach you just heard from, Zach Hudson. He's from Rockwall, Texas. His wife is Carrie. She's the former head volleyball coach. Their kids are Kai, 7, and Bodie, 4. Coach Hudson went to Navarro College and Texas A&M Commerce. His record at Howe is 5-10. He is the 25th head coach in Howe history. His coaching stops were at Garland, Lakeview, Weimar, LaGrange, back to Weimar, and now at Howe. His next win would tie Larry McFarland, who was 6-14 from 2001 and 2002. H.A. McDonald was 6-3 in 1941, and Howe's very first head coach ever, Barnes Milam, was 6-4 in 1935. They all had 6 wins apiece, and that's what Coach Hudson is looking for with a win tonight. Howe's overall record in school history is 357 wins, 330 losses, and 24 ties. Let's go over the starting offense for the Howe Bulldogs. Up front, the left tackle, Josh Griffin, 6'2", and a senior. The left guard, Charles Overby, 5'10", 185, senior. The center, Tanner Hotsfield, the sophomore, 5'10", 180. The right guard, Kiefer Rogers, 6', 225, senior. The right tackle, Clay Marshall, 5'10", 235, freshman. And the tight end, 6'4", 265, sophomore Matt Griffin. The wide receiver for the Howe Bulldogs is Caleb Ake, 6'1", 190, and a senior. He'll switch in and out, bringing in the plays with Quentin Harris, who's 5'10", 175, senior. The slot back, Stratton Carroll. Last week, 9 carries, 64 yards, and 2 touchdowns, averaged over 7 yards a carry. He's 6 foot, 180, and a junior. The quarterback tonight for the Howe Bulldogs, 5'11", 180, senior, is Joaquin Lopez. The fullback, Anthony Hawthorne, leading rusher on the team, 113 carries, 669 yards, and 8 touchdowns. He averages 5.9 yards a carry. His longest rush of the year is 69 yards. He's 5'10", 175, and a senior. And the running back, Tyler Grisham, the sophomore, 5'11", 200. He had 8 carries against Pottsboro, 45 yards. He has 48 carries on the year for 331 yards and 2 touchdowns. That is your starting offense. Now, Michael, let's give us the starting defense for Gunter.
All right, right cornerback, 6'2", 155-pound junior Adam Chick. Right end, 165-pound junior Spencer Lashley. Nose guard is 5'9", 190-pound junior Daniel Flores. Left end is 5'10", 175 senior Caleb Yates. Left end, is 190-pound junior Troy Kerrigan. Left cornerback is 5'10", 155-pound junior Jake Whitaker. Outside linebacker, 175-pound senior Casey Driscoll. Inside linebacker, 5'9", 178-pound senior Seth Brewer. Linebacker, 5'8", 155-pound senior Danny Hernandez. Outside linebacker, 5'9", 175-pound senior Kevin Teams. And 6'1", free safety, 185-pound Garrett Hunter.
The starting defense for the Howe Bulldogs up front, Joaquin Lopez, 5'11", 180 senior. The defensive tackle, Joel Minivar, 6', 220 junior. The nose guard, Tristan Stump Matthews, 5'9", 215. He's a junior. And the end will play tonight. His hip flexor seems to be okay. Ty Portman, 5'10", 185 junior. He will not start. However, he will play tonight.
That's a big plus for Howe.
The cornerbacks will be Quentin Harris, 5'10", 175 senior, and Easton Ross, 5'10", 160 senior. The linebackers, Andrew Griffin, 5'9", 180 freshman. Dylan Moreau, 5'9", 190 freshman. And outside linebacker Tyler Grisham, 5'11", 200, and a sophomore, the very young core linebacking group. The strong safety tonight, Anthony Hawthorne. And also, you might see Stratton Carroll back there. And at weak safety tonight, Levi Merzinski gets the start, 6'1", 165, and a junior. So far on the season, Howe has scored 35 in the first quarter, but their second quarter is when they put the points on the board, 45 points. And doing this for 20 years, you realize that the really good football teams usually explode in the second quarter. And when teams are having their big point quarter as the second quarter, that really means good things, and that's what Howe's got going on. Now, looking at the other side of the ball, Gunter does the same thing. Their second quarter numbers are tremendous. 58 points so far in the second quarter on the season that Gunter has scored. So they'll kind of play around with you in the first quarter, just like Howe does. In the second quarter, they really put the pedal to the metal and kind of ease up from there. Gunter, even though they're ranked 10th in the state and are 4-1, they have given up some points. 110 points this season. They've scored 161. Howe's given up 120, which is about the same, but Howe scored 102. Not as many points scored for Howe. So a little bit of difference there. If Howe's going to win this game tonight, they're going to have to put points on the board.
Yes, they are, and it's going to be, if the weather holds off, it's going to be a well-matched game. If this rain moves in like they're calling for, it's going to be difficult. It's always difficult in Gunter when it rains.
Well, it looks like on the radar that we could get rain in it's going to be real close. It's either going to go right above us or we're going to get it in about 30 minutes or so. And then the bad thing is there's another group, a cell cloud, way down right now in about Abilene that's heading this way. So maybe that one will push on and we can get through with this football game in a hurry. Now, both teams will be running the football. So it's not like Pottsboro when you throw the ball and it's incomplete, clock stops. This game should be going pretty fast. It should be a pretty quick moving game.
Yeah, it should.
Anthony Hawthorne looking to get back on pace as he was early on in the season. Again, we mentioned that last time the Howe Bulldogs played, which was against Pottsboro, Hawthorne was held under 100 yards for the first time in 2014. And got to get back on track. Talked to Coach Zach Hudson, and he mentioned that they're doing some things to try to get outside more, that they're going to change up some things. One of the things Coach Hudson talked about is coming off the bye week that he was able to have basically the offensive group together for a week and then the defensive group together for an entire week. And he said having that time with those players was tremendous because normally you just don't get that time. You get 45 minutes with your defense because you're splitting up practices and this and that. He said because we had a bye week, we were able to have the offense together for 2 hours and have the defense together for 2 hours, and he felt like they got a lot of things accomplished during the bye week.
Yeah, and that's good. The bye week can work in your favor, and then it can also work against you. So hopefully it helped. It helped the Bulldogs more than anything else.
Both tunnels are up. We had homecoming festivities earlier tonight. They actually moved the homecoming festivities to prior to the game. They were scheduled for halftime, but due to the projections of inclement weather tonight, they thought, well, let's don't ruin that halftime homecoming celebration. So they moved it to the pregame. They got that out of the way. They elected their homecoming queen and homecoming king here earlier before the game. So now it is just football time in Texas, and we're waiting on the teams to come out.
You know, and looking at statistic-wise, you've got 2 of the top 5 running backs in this area against each other tonight.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. You talked about we talked about Anthony Hawthorne bringing his 669 yards to the table tonight. How about Gunter's
Garrett Hunter? He's coming in with 82 rushes at 618 himself. He's ranked 5th, and Anthony's ranked 2nd in the area.
Father, we come before you tonight.
Let's pause for prayer.
Watch these boys play and watch these cheerleaders cheer. We pray that no one gets hurt and has safety on the field. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen on the internet.
Great job, sir. Thank you.
What a wonderful thing we are able to do here, broadcasting these high school football games, and it's a great thing that these kids come up there and say a word of prayer before the games. You know,
yes, it is.
Lots of people say, well, or some people say you can't do that, and they get upset by that. But you know what? I think that's wonderful.
I do too. I think it's it's one of the best things they can do.
You can't, you can't outlaw everything, and
that's right. And you can't. You just can't outlaw it. It's just one of them things.
Well, it ought to be an interesting matchup tonight. We're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, it'll be close to football time in Texas. You're listening to Howe Bulldogs football on HoweEnterprise.com.
Think back to the best fried pie you've ever had. It won't compare to Sweetie Pies in Van Alstyne. They have handmade apricot, apple, peach, buttermilk, chocolate, coconut, and lemon fried pies that melt in your mouth. Located at 120 South Main Street in Van Alstyne on the east side of downtown. Give them a call at 903-712-PIES. That's 903-712-7437. Sweetie Pies can also make custom Howe cookies, muffins, and other baked goods.
It's way too hot for your vehicle's AC to go out. Head over to 4A Automotive in Howe for their special air conditioning service checkup for just $39.95. For over 10 years, they've provided the most reliable and dependable service and repairs in the area. 4A Automotive is a bumper-to-bumper service shop. They do it all, from autos to diesels, and they're front-end specialists too. So call 4A Automotive today at 903-546-0024. They're located 4 miles east of Howe at the corner of FM 902 and Luella Road.
Calling all Bulldog fans to come down to the Sonic in Howe for half-price shakes after 8 and open until midnight. Home games only, where you get great food and big smiles. And a little message for all our Howe football players: go Bulldogs, fight, Bulldogs win, win, win. Because it's not just good, it's Sonic good.
You're invited to the one and only Buck Snort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas. Your friends and neighbors say it's the best barbecue in North Texas. Now it's your turn to decide. Come taste the difference at Buck Snort Barbecue. For complete store information, including menu, location, and hours, click on bucksnortbarbecue.com. That's bucksnortbbq.com. Buck Snort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is a proud supporter of the Howe Bulldogs.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium in Gunter, Texas. Monty Walker along with Michael Mosier. As you hear the sirens, Gunter has their own siren machine with blue lights in their end zone in the big tunnel with the Tiger head. They run through it. Blue pants, blue jerseys, blue helmets, black face mask. They have the jersey numbers on the side of their helmet, and they are pretty much plain blue jerseys with white numbers. Howe comes through their run through on the far side. Black pants, black helmets, white jerseys with black numbers. So the captains will be making their way on the field here momentarily as Stephen Braswell, our spotter, had to run down on the field because he also serves as the one of the guys who helps with that tunnel.
Yeah, he does. So this is I like to see this. I like to see these boys doing this.
Yeah, the boys down in the end zone, the Gunter Tigers down in the end zone, taking a knee, saying a word of prayer before they come out. The captains for Gunter so far out there lining up will be Jose Betancourt, and also Luke Osborne, 6 foot 165 senior Luke Osborne. Those two young men will make their way out. For Howe will be Joaquin Lopez, Anthony Hawthorne, Easton Ross, and Tyler Grisham. The captains for Howe making their way out on the field. We have some TV camera crews here tonight. Trying to find out what's going on and who that is, but they're shooting video right in the coin toss area.
Yeah, I believe it's maybe KTN and the KXII. They were both running news stories this afternoon on this game.
The official is talking to Osborne and talking to Tyler Lopez. It throws the coin in the air. And still talking to both young men. We'll find out what happens. Looks like Howe won the toss. And they will receive, as Howe will start with the football moving left to right, heading towards the south end zone. And we'll take another quick timeout here in just a moment. We'll come back with Howe Bulldogs football on HoweEnterprise.com.
The Howe Athletic Booster Club invites you to become a supporter of the Howe Bulldogs.
And the type of kids we have, they're just hard workers and do anything you ask.
Memberships are $25 and will be available at all home games. All proceeds benefit high school and middle school athletic programs. Please join the Howe Athletic Booster Club in our efforts to support our hometown kids.
When people come here, you know, it's something they can be proud of.
The Howe Enterprise has served Howe as the hometown news since 1963. Since then, the Bulldogs have won 8 district, 7 by-district, 3 area championships, and 1 regional title. We've seen 14 different head coaches during that time. The Howe Enterprise has been with the Bulldogs for 51 years. We were there when the Pride of Howe won 3 band state championships. HoweEnterprise.com publishes weekly on Mondays.
The Gunter Tigers choir with the national anthem tonight. And we are just about ready. It is football time in Texas. The Howe Bulldogs going to take the field and kickoff return. Returning for Howe will be Anthony Hawthorne and Stratton Carroll. We'll have to see if Dalton Felder will make his way out. Rumor has it Dalton was not going to play tonight, but we'll see if he makes the field tonight. And doing the kicking for Gunter will be Cameron Hearn, who is 6'2", 235, and a junior. That's a pretty big kicker.
Yeah, it looks like Stratton, Joaquin, and Anthony are back deep.
Yeah, it'll be Joaquin Lopez going back and taking the place of Dalton Felder, who apparently will not play tonight. And Anthony Hawthorne will stand inside the 5 at about the 3-yard line to return this kick. And Hearn, again, we mentioned a big kicker, 6'2", 235 junior, as Gunter spreads out. And the ball will be kicked to the north, and Howe hopes to return this all the way to the south. As we are just about underway, and now we are. The kickoff is very deep, and Hawthorne is going to let it roll through the end zone. It hits at the goal line and rolls out of the end zone just before it goes out of the back of the end zone. It rolls just shy and out of bounds. So Howe will take over shop 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And again, leading the Bulldogs on offense is Anthony Hawthorne, 5'10", 175, 113 carries, 669 yards, and 8 touchdowns on the season. And he's going to have a big night tonight in order to beat the 10th ranked in the state Gunter Tigers. Man goes in motion. This is going to be a sneak up the middle, I believe, on first down. It looked like Joaquin Lopez kept it over the left guard, gained about 3 on first down, maybe 4, possibly even 5. It'll be second down. We'll call it a 4-yard gain. Second down and 6 for Howe, moving left to right.
Yeah, I believe Kevin Teams made the stop.
Howe comes to the line in a hurry. And this will be a handoff coming near side. That's Stratton Carroll trying to fight for yardage and stopped at the line of scrimmage coming on that reverse.
Casey Driscoll made the stop.
He'll gain 2 yards, so bring up 3rd and about 3 for Howe on the opening possession here at Tiger Stadium at Gunter. No score, just underway. Bringing in the play for Howe is Caleb Ake. And we'll see what Zach Hudson and company has up their sleeve here on 3rd and 3. Handoff, Grisham, left side. He's going to be very close and has the first down right at the 38-yard line. 12 yards shy of the 50-yard mark, but good to move the sticks, and that's a good sign for Howe. Against Pottsboro, the offense struggled mightily, but starting this series, starting this drive so far, not too bad.
No, not bad at all. Garrett Hunter in on the stop.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. As now it'll be Michael Kerr, I believe, bringing into play. That's actually Zach Blevins. Blevins will bring in the play. I had a week off too.
Tongue tied.
1st and 10. Lopez wants to keep it around the right side. He's got the 40, cuts it up, makes a man miss. 45. He's got the 50 and brought down in Gunter territory at the 46-yard line. A nice run there as Lopez, normally who hands it off all the time, kept it around the right side, picked up another first down.
Flores in on the stop. Sounded like that.
Now moving the ball pretty well so far on their opening possession. Starting at their own 20 now, already into Gunter Tiger territory at the 46-yard line. This will be Hawthorne on his first carry of the night. It's going to lose yardage. A loss of about 3. Got the handoff going to the far side. Nothing doing there. And for the first time tonight, Howe will go backwards, and it'll be 2nd down and long.
Spencer Lashley in on the stop. That week off didn't help me.
2nd down and about 13. As it's going to be kind of difficult for me to see the scoreboard tonight. 9:27 on the first quarter clock. No score, just underway. 2nd down and long for Howe. Lopez has trouble getting the snap. The ball is on the ground, and also a flag is on the ground. We'll check and see what that is. And it will be against Howe. False start. So not a very good play at all there. Not only if the ball went on the ground, Howe did recover it, but a false start. That play just looked nasty from the beginning, and it's probably one of those where it was on 2, and the center didn't realize that it was on 2, snapped it, and that's what caused the fumble. Not knowing exactly, but that's normally how that works when you fumble like that and false start. So it'll be 2nd down, and what was long before is even longer now, as this is going to be a toss right side. Stratton Carroll on the reverse. He's got some room, and he gets to the original line of scrimmage, which was the 46, and gains a yard from that, maybe even 2. So Howe will have the ball at the Gunter 44 with a 4th down situation, and you would imagine it'll be punt time, but I don't see any indication of that.
No.
Oh, it's actually 3rd down. Sorry.
It's 3rd. Troy Kerrigan in on the stop for the Tigers.
I forgot about the false start. Replay of down on 3rd down a moment ago. So it'll be 3rd down here and about 8 with 8:21 left to go in the first quarter. Lopez under center. Sends a man in motion. That's Carroll. And hands off Hawthorne over right guard. He's got some room to the 40 and dives close to the first down. I'm not sure he got it, but it's going to be very close inside the 40 at about the 37-yard line. And that's about where he had to get for the first down. It's going to be close, but I think he's going to be about a yard short, so it'll be 4th and 1 and decision time for Howe.
Yeah, Garrett Hunter made the stop. Looks like they're going to go for it.
Yeah, bringing in the play, Caleb Ake. It's 4th and 1, and inside Gunter territory, if you're going to win this football game, you're going to have some cojones like this. And Zach Hudson showing it right now already. 4th and 1. Lopez under center. Sends Stratton Carroll in motion to the far side. Handoff Hawthorne. Left guard. He's got some room and the first down inside the 35 to the 32-yard line.
Again, Garrett Hunter in on the stop. We talked about him earlier. He's Gunter's star running back. He's also playing free safety. So him and Mr. Hawthorne are getting to know each other pretty well.
7:22 on the first quarter clock. No score, just underway. Howe on the first possession of the game started at the 20, now at the Gunter 33-yard line. First and 10. Lopez, handoff. Grisham, left side, bounces out of a tackle. Now is fighting for some more yardage after a 2-yard gain. Pushes forward and ends up with about a 5-yard gain. Second and third effort is what Tyler Grisham did there. And we've seen Grisham kind of go in and out this year. Sometimes he'll do the tippy-toe dance, and sometimes he'll just mow people over. Yeah. And he mowed people over there.
He did.
Go D!
Second down and 5 for the Bulldogs. 6:41 and rolling here in the first quarter. Hartsfield breaks the huddle, goes to the line of scrimmage, gets set. Everybody else now follows him. Second down and 5. Tight backfield. Carroll in motion. Handoff Hawthorne. Right guard, nothing doing. Met at the line of scrimmage. Drop down there. It'll be 3rd and 5.
Casey Driscoll in on the stop for the Tigers. And I'm sorry, number 5. I don't know who he is. He's not on our sheet.
Number 5 would be Troy Kerrigan, the 5'11", 170 senior.
Okay, we had.
So here come the Bulldogs on 3rd. They move the ball. They'll call it 3rd and 3. This is going to be Lopez handing off to Carroll. And you can tell by the near crowd, Gunter, that Howe did not pick up the first down. Did gain a yard, but once again, it'll be 4th and 2 rather this time for the Howe Bulldogs. And this will be a little bit more of a decision for Zach Hudson, but they're going to go for it again. Fourth and 2. You have a running back with over 670 yards. And they'll probably give it to him right here. Here's Stratton Carroll. Hawthorne gets the carry, flag down. He has the first down. We'll have to check the flag. For a moment, the Howe Bulldogs have moved the sticks, but I have a feeling it's going to be holding against Howe, and it'll come back. We'll check and see, as no indication has been given yet.
Yeah, nothing that I've seen. Look like again, Garrett Hunter in on the stop.
Oh, it's offsides against the defense. It'll be a first down. It was declined by Howe, so they'll take the run of Hawthorne. And Howe will have the ball now inside the 20 at the 19-yard line. We mentioned Gunter and the ranked 10th in state, but they've given up some points this year. Gunter has given up 110 points, which is 22 a game. Howe's moving the football here. 4:52 in the first, and it's going to be a bad snap, but Lopez brings it down, will not lose or gain any yardage, so bring up second down and 10. This Howe Bulldog football team, the offense so far has taken the entire first quarter to move down the field. There's 4:43 on the clock. Howe has had it the entire football game so far. Gunter has not even touched the football. Howe's moved from their own 20 all the way to the Gunter 20, and now another penalty against Gunter will move the ball inside the 15-yard line, and Howe now is knocking on the door. It'll be first down and 5 for the Howe Bulldogs. 4:38 and rolling on the clock, no score.
Yeah, take it by all the wind-blown look that the wind's picked up a little bit.
Double tight set. This is Tyler Grisham in motion. He gets the toss going left side. He barrels his way forward for about 3 yards. It's going to bring up second and about 2 for Howe. And I believe he made his way right to the 11-yard line.
Yeah, Haley Johnson, 6'1", 190-pound senior, in on the stop for the Tigers.
Mass substitution for the Gunter Tigers as several players come in and out as Howe brings the play in. It'll be second down and short. Hartsfield breaks the huddle. No score, 3:52 on the clock. Lopez under center. Handoff, right side, and through the hole is Stratton Carroll. I believe actually that may be Grisham.
Nope, Stratton.
That is Carroll inside the 5 to the 3-yard line. A majestic drive so far to open this football game for the Howe Bulldogs.
Again, Garrett Hunter and and on the stop for the Tigers. Yeah, Howe's done a real good job. They've just controlled this thing from the get-go. I mean, you know, we're 3 minutes left in the first, and they've drove the ball the whole quarter.
The Gunter has yet to touch the football. 3:35 in the first quarter left on the clock. Hawthorne, the only man in the backfield. Lopez under center from the 3-yard line. Carroll in motion. Handoff Hawthorne, left side. He's got some room. He is in. It is touchdown time in Texas. For the first time in district play in 2014, the Howe Bulldogs strike first blood against Gunter and lead this football game 6-0 with 3:15 left to go in the first quarter, awaiting this PAT. What a drive. 80-yard drive. What a drive. Honecker on for the PAT. Easton Ross will hold. Snaps back. It's on the tee. The kick is up. Looks good. And it is.
Gunter almost got that.
7-0. Howe leads with 3:15 left to go in the first quarter. Gunter is going to touch the football for the first time when we come back with more Howe Bulldogs football on HoweEnterprise.com.
Carrie's Coffee Company in historic downtown Van Alstyne, next to the post office, is the new upscale coffee shop serving Van Alstyne, Howe, and surrounding areas. Carrie's Coffee Company offers a wide variety of organic coffee and non-coffee beverages and baked goods. Come visit Carrie's Coffee Company in downtown Van Alstyne, next to the post office, and mention this ad and get 50% off your first beverage. Open Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 2 p.m. and 7 a.m. on Saturdays. Carrie's Coffee Company is Texas quality.
Your business has a story to tell. Let Fast Signs help you tell it using the right mix of visual communication solutions like signs, banners, digital displays, vehicle graphics, mobile marketing, and so much more. Give Fast Signs your business challenge and we'll come up with a plan to grow your business, reach more customers, and accomplish more than you ever thought possible. Fast Signs. More than fast, more than signs.
Fast Signs Texoma, located at 1916 North Grand Avenue in Sherman, 903-893-SIGN. Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. The wind picked up and blew the ball off the tee. Bryce Honecker had to run back up there and set it back up. For Gunter, Garrett, Hunter, and Kevin Teams are going to be back deep to receive, but it's going to be a squib kick on the ground, going to be taken by an up man, and falling down almost immediately is going to be Troy Kerrigan for Gunter, and now the Tigers will take over, moving right to left towards that north end zone with the wind picked up. And the ball is resting at the 39-yard line.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad myself the wind picked up. It was a little hot in this box.
Have to have the windows open here because it is a steamy press box here in Gunter. Also, it's hard to see out of the windows when they're closed, so you kind of have to open them. Man in motion for Gunter. Moves over to the left tight end spot. I formation. Handoff. First man or second man through. He's met almost right at the line of scrimmage by the Bulldogs. A great job there up front. Garrett Hunter got the call for Gunter, but he was met immediately, and that'll bring up second down and 9. They will give him forward progress of about a yard, maybe a half a yard.
Looked like Tyler Grisham and Anthony Hawthorne stopped by to say hello.
And hello they did say. 2:43 on the clock, which is running here in the first quarter. Gunter just ran their first play on offense of the game. Howe went 80 yards for the first score and leads 7-0. Second down and 9. And this is going to be a handoff. Once again, that is Hunter, and he'll gain about 2 yards. It'll bring up third and long situation.
21, Garrett Hunter.
Sophomore Tyler Grisham in on the stop. He's
Andrew Griffin.
He looks like he's doing a good job there in that outside linebacker position.
Third and long now for Gunter on their first possession. Again, a tremendous drive to start this football game for Howe. Couldn't start better. Shotgun formation for Gunter. And all kinds of pressure. Men hanging all over him. He throws it away. And I'm talking about him. I'm talking about Austin Gressett, the quarterback. Could not get that away. The big quarterback, 6'1", 205 senior, had men all over him.
Yes, he did. Dylan Monroe dropped him for a big loss.
So it'll be 4th down and punt time for the Gunter Tigers. And it'll be the quarterback, Gressett, who will do the punting chores. Anthony Hawthorne, who's returned a couple of punts so far this year, will stand at his own 15-yard line. Pressure on the punter. Hawthorne will not return it as it's a short punt, which goes out of bounds at the 26-yard line. They'll actually mark it at the 27, and Howe will take over again for their second possession with 1:41 left to go in the first quarter. Couldn't start any better.
No, it couldn't. Not for Howe.
Howe will take over at their own 20, we'll call it the 26-yard line. Actually, I think it's touching the 27. So Gunter only takes about 2 minutes off the clock, whereas Howe took about 10. Handoff, Hawthorne, not much doing there. Went over left guard and brought down at about a yard. And now a late flag comes in at the 30. We'll have to check and see what that's about. It was about a 1-yard gain. Howe clapping. Hartsfield puts his hands together.
Got a flag on the play.
Howe's indicating that it's against Gunter. Still haven't seen the official word yet. And the officials, before turning and giving a signal, are just going to go ahead and mark it off. Personal foul, face mask against the Gunter Tigers. Now they're all 15-yard face masks now. There's no more 5-yard face mask in high school football. So if you touch that face mask, it's an automatic trouble. And Howe moves up 15 yards and now is in great shape at the 42-yard line. 1st and 10 with 1:22 left to go in the first quarter. Howe has dominated this entire first quarter. Gunter fans are shocked on the near side. Here's a man in motion. That's going to be Carroll. He gets the toss, running left side, right side rather. Breaks the tackle. He could be gone. Slips the defender up to the 42-yard line, and finally shoestring tackled there by Gunter's
Jake
Whitaker, 5'10", 155 junior. Whitaker just barely got his shoestrings, or Stratton Carroll would have been gone.
Yeah, not. Looks like Gunter might not have been ready for this.
Ball at the 41-yard line in Gunter territory again are the Howe Bulldogs. 1st and 10. Howe to the line of scrimmage. Hawthorne in the backfield on a double wing set. Carroll in motion. Handoff Hawthorne, who trips over Joaquin Lopez. They get their feet tangled up. And Lopez, who had a big hole on the left side, ended up tripping over Lopez and falling forward for only a yard. And the ball will rest just outside of the 40-yard line in Gunter territory. 2nd down and about 9. Only 15 seconds on the first quarter clock. I doubt we'll see another play from Howe, as I'll bet this will be the end of the first quarter, and it will. What a great first quarter it was. Howe has completely dominated so far. Took it about a 10-minute drive, or about an 8.5-minute drive to put points on the board to start and lead this football game 7-0 entering the second quarter. Howe Bulldog football will continue in a moment on HoweEnterprise.com.
Hi, this is Chris with Cavender Home Theater, your local satellite television expert. Our customers are raving about the Hopper from Dish, the most advanced DVR. You can record up to 6 shows at once and instantly skip commercials in recorded primetime TV. But that's not all. With Dish, you can watch all your live and recorded TV anywhere. Visit Cavender Home Theater, your Dish authorized retailer, or call 903-892-3499 today.
Abby's Restaurant is family owned and run. They have the cure for all your home cooking cravings. Chicken fried steak, loaded baked potato, bacon patty melt, grilled chicken salad, cheese fries, jalapeno stuffed peppers, and more. Don't forget to save room for that cheesecake and cobbler with ice cream. We know you're going to love the food and the service. Abby's Restaurant in downtown Howe. They're open from 11 to 8, Monday through Saturday. Give them a call, 903-487-8860. Abby's Restaurant.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. Joaquin Lopez, handoff right side, and that is Tyler Grisham. Not much doing there. Brought down after maybe getting back to the line of scrimmage. Bring up 3rd down and 9 now for Howe, as the wind has really picked up here in Gunter, Texas. And we knew we were going to experience some weather issues tonight, and let's just hope it stays north of us.
Yes, let's do. I don't want to get wet. Actually, I wouldn't get wet, but my wife might not be very happy if she has to get wet.
Howe coming to the line.
Let's go, D, get in there now!
Now in the second quarter, Howe leading 7-0. This is going to be Lopez wants to throw the football in the screen pass. Stratton Carroll makes the catch at the 40. He's got the 35, flag down inside the 35 to the 33-yard line. We'll check the flag, but for a moment it's about a 7-yard gain for Howe.
Seth Brewer in on the stop.
Gift has also donated $40,000 to the first.
It's against Howe. Legal man downfield. So that'll back Howe up. It'll be third instead of 3rd and 9. It'll be 3rd and 14 as we're now in the second quarter. 11:15 left to go in the second quarter. Howe leads Gunter 7-0. Yes, Howe leads Gunter 7-0 in the second quarter. Howe took the first kickoff, first possession of the game, drove 80 yards, took virtually the entire first quarter to do so, punched it in the end zone on a 3-yard run by Anthony Hawthorne. Gunter then got the ball, went 3 and out, gave Howe back the ball, and here we are.
That's going to bring up 3rd.
So it'll be 3rd and 14 for Howe. Ball at the 45-yard line of Gunter. Moving right to left towards that north end zone. Howe taking their time in the huddle. 11:08 left to go in the second quarter.
Looking across there, I'm not real sure Coach Hudson's too happy with that explanation.
3rd and 14. Hawthorne in the backfield, 2 slots now. Carroll goes in motion, handoff Hawthorne right side, jumps over the line of scrimmage, but can't keep his feet and is brought down after about a 3-yard gain. It'll bring up 4th and about 11 for Howe as they'll spot the ball. They'll actually move it back to the 42-yard line. So with all the going for 4th down on that first possession, it was 4th and 1 and 4th and 2. This, however, is 4th and 11, a different situation.
Yeah, a little bit.
However, there is no indication of a punt coming. This is 4th and 11, and Howe's going to go for it with 10:14 left to go in the second quarter. This is going to be a handoff. Hawthorne coming near side. He's got the 40. He's got the 35. He's got the 30. Kiss him goodbye. Puts it up inside 5. Touchdown. It is touchdown time in Texas for the Howe Bulldogs. Holy cow. What a call.
And that's number 2.
Yeah, that's a pretty gutsy call. But, you know, you can't... you got to make that call every now and then just to see how it works out. Coach West and his guys did a good job.
Wow. Hawthorne explodes for a touchdown, his 10th of the year, and that one is a big one in the second quarter. And Howe now leads 13-0 with 10:01 left to go in the second quarter, awaiting this PAT. Honecker on to put it through. Easton Ross will be the holder.
Yeah, he's kicking into a pretty stout north wind, too.
Honecker's kick is up very high, and it is good. Howe leads 14-0 here at Tiger Stadium in Gunter with 10:01 left to go in the second quarter. Back in a moment with more Howe Bulldogs football on the HoweEnterprise.com.
If you can't see the difference, why pay the difference? Switch to Dish for a great deal. Only Dish offers free HD for 24 months and premium movie channels free for 3 months, including Blockbuster at home. Save a bundle when you combine DishNet high-speed internet with your TV service. Get more for less with Dish. Visit Cavender Home Theater, your Dish authorized retailer, or call 903-892-3499 for details. CavenderHT.com.
For my family, life is a series of celebrations, from my newest born cousin to my grandmother. We all partake in births, weddings, and funerals. Wherever we celebrate, we need to feel welcome. That's why we choose Scoggins Funeral Home in Howe. Scoggins Funeral Home understands our needs. Talk to the caring staff at Scoggins Funeral Home. Call 903-5 532-5577 or visit scoggins-funeralhome.com.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. Monty Walker along with Michael Mosier and the rest of the gang. Troy Kerrigan returns the squib kick to the 42-yard line in Gunter territory, and that's exactly where Hawthorne just scored from a moment ago. Hawthorne raced for his 10th touchdown of the season from 42 yards out. It was another long drive. This one, 73 yards for the Howe Bulldogs. And Howe leads 14-0 with 9:57 left to go here in the second quarter. This is going to be a handoff to Hunter, moving right side. He's got some room. He breaks the tackle, and he's got the 41-yard line in Howe territory. So for the first time tonight, some electricity from the Gunter Tigers offense. They just haven't had the ball much. That's their first down of the game on their second possession of this entire football game.
Yeah, Levi Marinsky in on the stop. Garrett Hunter, he's working on that puts him right at about 630, 640 yards. Looks like we got
and an injured player at the 40-yard line. It looks like a Howe player. I can't see the number. And
looks like Tyler Davies.
You're right, senior, 6'1", 185, and he's being helped off the field. Looks like he's going to be okay. Coach Hudson walks him off.
Garrett's run got the Tigers a first down.
So now the Tigers, after their first bit of momentum in this football game, see a 1st and 10 situation. Moving left to right. Headed toward that south end zone on this football field located right off of 289. Right behind the high school. I formation. Hunter dots the I. Gressett, the quarterback, acts like he doesn't know the play. Turns around, looks at the coach, now goes under center. On 1st and 10, he'll hand off Hunter again, and he's brought down first by Ty Portman, but he had some help, but he drugged a couple of Bulldog defenders after about a 5-6 yard gain on 1st down. They'll call it actually a 4-yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 6 for Gunter.
Ty Portman and number 15, Monty, I don't have him on my sheet.
The Michael Carrer for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry about that, Michael. I didn't miss you on purpose.
2nd down and 6, I formation. So far it's been Hunter every time, and it's Hunter again right up the middle, and he's met after about a 2-3 yard gain. And the ball will be moved to about the 33. Gunter needs to get to about the 31 for a 1st down. And it'll bring up 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.5 or so, 3rd and 2 yards.
Stop made by Joel Minivar.
8:31 on the clock in the second quarter. Big situation here on 3rd and 2. Offset I. Hunter in the backfield. And Gressett hands off. Big hole right up the middle. He's got lots of room. Obviously he gets the 1st down and more inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. Great blocking up front by the Gunter Tigers.
And Levi Marinsky, Anthony Hawthorne, Joe Minivar in on the stop.
Well, when you're mentioning Merzinski and Hawthorne making the stop, that's not good because they're both safeties.
Yeah, that's not what you want. You want him stopped at the line. You don't want your safeties to have to, to make that tackle.
1st and 10 for Gunter now, way deep inside Howe territory at the 16-yard line. Gressett fakes the hand, wants to throw it down the field in the end zone, wide open for a touchdown is the receiver Haley Johnson. And just like that, Gunter cuts the lead, 14-6, awaiting this PAT. So Gunter with a pretty impressive drive of their own. 58 yards on the drive, 14 yards on the touchdown. And here's the kick. It's going to be very high and no good. No good on the extra point. That could come into play tonight. 14-6. Howe leads with 7:43 left to go in the second quarter. Back in a moment with more Howe Bulldogs football on HoweEnterprise.com.
For my family, life is a series of celebrations, from my newest born cousin to my grandmother. We all partake in births, weddings, and funerals. Wherever we celebrate, we need to feel welcome. That's why we choose Scoggins Funeral Home in Howe. Scoggins Funeral Home understands our needs. Talk to the caring staff at Scoggins Funeral Home. Call 903-532-5577 or visit scogginsfuneralhome.com.
GCEC Wireless, located in Van Alstyne off of Exit 51, can help you with all your Verizon wireless needs. They have a wide range of products and services, including smartphones, wireless home and mobile internet, wireless home phone service, and accessories. They're also your local DirecTV dealer. So come on by or call them at 903-712-2355. That's GCEC Wireless. And go Bulldogs!
Welcome back to Gunter, Texas, Tiger Stadium, where Hearns is about to bang this one pretty deep. He does, and it will go out of the end zone for another touchback. This will be his second touchback of the game, and we're talking about Cameron Hearn, the big kicker, 6'2", 235 junior, and he just banged that one about 5 yards deep in the end zone over Hawthorne's head. So Howe, last time he did that, Howe took it at the 20 and went 80 yards on a drive. And for Bulldog fans, trying for a repeat of history.
Yeah, that would.
My apologies. The touchback is at the 25 now instead of the 20. And that's where Howe will take over. This will be a handoff, not much doing there. Maybe about 3 yards on first down.
Like Tyler Grisham got the call on that one.
So check that. It wasn't an 80-yard drive to open the game. It was a 75-yard drive. And Howe starts
25 Tyler Grisham.
With 7:31 on this drive. And if they do what they did a moment ago in the first quarter, they'll take out this entire rest of the second quarter and punch it in the end zone here. Carroll in motion. He gets the toss, running right side, looking for some room. Met at the line of scrimmage. A great job there by Gunter's Troy Kerrigan, who met him right at the line of scrimmage and brought him down. It'll bring up a third down situation and about 8 yards for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Gunter's defensive front's pretty good size.
Their front defense averages 180 across the very front. They run a 4-4 defense, 4 down linemen and 4 backers, 180 across the front. It's their offense that is unbelievably big. They average 257 pounds on the offense.
Yeah, that.
Here's a handoff to Hawthorne, running over left guard. And he'll gain about 3, which will bring up a fourth down situation and fourth down at about 4. And this time you got to think the punt team will come on, and they do.
Right.
At your own end of the field, it's not a good thing to be going for it here. And Hudson will bring in the punt team.
Danny Hernandez and Trey Carr in on the stop for the Tigers. Looks like Garrett Hunter and Kevin Teams are back deep for Gunter on this punt. So Charlie's going to be punting in the wind. We'll see how,
You need to punt this one low, cut it through.
Yeah, it's a pretty tough wind.
High snap, brings it down. It's an end-over wobbly kick. Will bounce at the 47-yard lines and stick right there and actually take a yard hop backwards. And Gunter will take over at their own 48-yard line with, if I could see this scoreboard, 5:37 left to go before half.
Jacob Taylor covered that ball for the Bulldogs when it bounced back.
And now Gunter really trying to show life. On the last possession, it was Hunter, almost every play until the touchdown.
Yeah.
And I think it was every play until the touchdown. And we'll see what they do here. I would imagine it'll be a big dose of Mr. Garrett Hunter again. Shotgun formation, however, a new quarterback in. He's going to run to the right side, looking for a block. Very fast, got some speed. Cuts it down inside the 30, finally brought down at the 27-yard line. It was Trey Carr, the sophomore quarterback, 5'11", 165, was in shotgun formation. When he got the ball, he just took off to the right, got a good block.
Ty Portman brought him down.
Timeout on the play. We'll take 1-2. Back in a moment with more Howe Bulldogs football on HoweEnterprise.com.
Think back to the best fried pie you've ever had. It won't compare to Sweetie Pies in Van Alstyne. They have handmade apricot, apple, peach, buttermilk, chocolate, coconut, and lemon fried pies that melt in your mouth. Located at 120 South Main Street in Van Alstyne on the east side of downtown. Give them a call at 903-712-PIES. That's 903-712-7437. Sweetie Pies can also make custom Howe cookies, muffins, and other baked goods.
It's way too hot for your vehicle's AC to go out. Head over to 4A Automotive in Howe for their special air conditioning service checkup for just $39.95. For over 10 years, they've provided the most reliable and dependable service and repairs in the area. 4A Automotive is a bumper-to-bumper service shop. They do it all, from autos to diesels, and they're front-end specialists too. So call 4A Automotive today at 903-546-0024. They're located 4 miles east of Howe at the corner of FM 902 and Luella Road.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium in Gunter, Texas, where Howe leads 14-6. Trey Carr on 1st and 10, shotgun formation, runs a little bit up the middle and drags a couple of defenders with him, but he's actually going to be stopped for no gain. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for Gunter with 4:57 left to go before half. Howe leading 14-6.
Yeah, Portman made the stop. It's good to see him back.
This is going to be a handoff to Hunter. And he's running left side. He's got some room. He cuts in, and now he is into the end zone. A 26-yard touchdown for Garrett Hunter. So Howe still leads right now, 14-12. We'll check and see if they.
It looks like Gunter may go for 2.
I would imagine they would go for 2 here.
Try to tie this up before, still got 4 minutes, but we'll tie this up before halftime.
Right now it's 14-12. Howe leading with 4:39 left to go before the half, and it looks like Hunter will be dotting the I here. Gressett back under center, back at quarterback. And he will fake the hand, rolls right, wants to throw in the end zone, and it's intercepted and brought back out. Trying to find the near corner is Michael Carrer, and he'll be brought down at the 13-yard line. And now a little extracurricular activity between a couple of one Gunter Tiger and Tyler Grisham, but it gets settled before any flags will be thrown. So 14-12, our new score. Back in a moment with more Howe Bulldogs football on HoweEnterprise.com.
Calling all Bulldog fans to come down to the Sonic in Howe for half-price shakes after 8 and open until midnight. Home games only, where you get great food and big smiles. And a little message for all our Howe football players: go Bulldogs, fight, Bulldogs win, win, win. Because it's not just good, it's Sonic good.
Well, the officials really trying to get through this football game and trying to get here before the Storm does, as we are nowhere near getting 60-second timeouts. We're getting 30s at the best.
Yeah, and this game is moving pretty quick.
It is moving fast.
I mean, here we are, 10 after 8. It's 4 minutes left in the second.
And you can thank the Howe Bulldogs for that on the opening possession, taking basically the entire first quarter. And here's another long kickoff. Hawthorne's going to let it bounce in the end zone and through the end zone. And Hearn's kick is the third touchdown or touchback of the evening. And Howe will take over at their own 25 with 4:39 left to go before half. Leading Gunter 14-12. Yes, everybody, leading Gunter 14-12 here in the second quarter. First and 10 as Tanner Hartsfield breaks the huddle, comes to the line of scrimmage. Howe has not beat Gunter since 1997. Man in motion. And this is going to be a handoff, or actually, did Lopez keep that up the middle? Or was
that was a quarterback sneak. Yeah.
Yeah, Lopez kept it right over the right side, right guard. Good for about 5 or 6 yards. A nice gain right there. Right at 5 yards, the ball would be spotted at the 30. Howe would desperately like to take the rest of this 4 minutes and 15 seconds and punch it right in the end zone. Bringing the play in for Howe is Blevins. On 2nd down and 5. Lopez under center. He'll hand off to Stratton Carroll running right side again. Not much doing there. Right at the line of scrimmage. They've kind of snuffed out that reverse after the first time Carroll picked up good yardage on it. And that's good for no gain there. It'll bring up 3rd down and 5 for Howe.
Casey Driscoll in on the stop on that one. He met him right at the line. This wind's picked up. It's kind of cooled off in this box.
It's actually nice. Of course, we said we had to open these windows in here because it was so humid. And when I opened the windows when I first got here, it was attacked by Yellow Jackets. And it looks like Howe jumped off sides there. So it'll be 3rd and 10 instead of 3rd and 5. Howe trying to get a cheap first down there. Going on a hard 2 count, but jumping off sides up front. I believe that was, I don't have a number.
Yeah, I don't have a 58.
58 was the young man who jumped off sides, but thankfully for his parents and for him, I don't have his jersey number.
There we go, there we go.
3rd down and 10. 3:04 left to go, and you desperately want to keep the ball here. You don't want Gunter to be able to score right before the half and lose all this momentum. Hawthorne running near side, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage, and Howe's going to have to punt again on 4th and 10. Ball rests at the 25-yard line.
Kevin Teams and Spencer Lashley. Hey, you're gonna have to, I can't wait till the highlight.
Well, they've taken a timeout. Gunter has. We'll take one too. Back in a moment with more Howe Bulldogs football on HoweEnterprise.com.
You're invited to the one and only Buck Snort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas. Your friends and neighbors say it's the best barbecue in North Texas. Now it's your turn to decide. Come taste the difference at Buck Snort Barbecue. For complete store information, including menu, location, and hours, click on bucksnortbarbecue.com. That's bucksnortbbq.com. Buck Snort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is a proud supporter of the Howe Bulldogs.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. Monty Walker along with Michael Mosier and Stephen Braswell. Howe facing a 4th and 10 will punt this one away. Overby stands at his own 16-yard line. Wants it, gets it, now runs and kicks the ball away. A short kick going to bounce just shy of midfield and roll dead at about the 47-yard line. So Gunter in striking distance here in Howe territory. Starts at the Howe 47-yard line. And there is 2 minutes and 42 seconds left before the half. And we've seen Gressett throw the football when he has thrown it, he looks good doing it. Threw a touchdown earlier to Haley Johnson for 16 yards and tried to throw the 2-point conversion, but it was intercepted. So I would imagine we'd see Austin Gressett trying to throw the football here. But Gunter's lined up in I formation. Toss right side. That is Hunter looking for the corner and is brought down by Anthony Hawthorne at the 46-yard line. A great job there of Hawthorne shutting down that first down play. It'll bring up 2nd down and long. 2nd and 8.
That was Seth Brewer on the carry for Gunter. Ty Portman checking into the game.
If you're Howe, you really have to go into the halftime locker room with a lead here.
Yeah, you want to for sure.
If Gunter scores right here, you almost lose all of that momentum that you gained. This is a big swing drive right here for Gunter. 2nd down and 8. And this is going to be a fake. And Gressett wants to throw. The swing pass out. It's incomplete. Right through the hands of his intended receiver. And that was Spencer Lashley, 5'10", 165 senior. threw it out. Looked like it was right on the money, but it went through his hands. It'll bring up 3rd down and 8 for Gunter.
Yeah, Garrett Hunter, he hasn't been in on this series yet. I'm not real sure if something's going on or they're just letting him take rest him a little bit.
You would think this would be very crucial for him to be in on this series.
Yeah, you would think. So I'm wondering if something may be.
Yeah, it's Seth Brewer into the game, and he will get the carry here and a 1st down. A big hole opened right up the middle, and on 3rd and long, Brewer was able to pick up the 1st down, and that will move the ball with 1:52 to the 36-yard line.
Joel Minivar and Tyler Grisham in on the stop. Looks like Andrew Griffin's going out. Charlie Overby's coming in his spot.
Griffin went off a little gingerly, kind of limping a little bit. High formation. Brewer again. They'll fake to him. And Gressett's going to have to be flushed out. Wants to throw down the field on the run. Flag down, and the catch is made at the 18-yard line. The catch was made by Troy Watson, a 5'7", 155 junior. But let's check the flag. It's laying at the 27-yard line.
Actually, it looks like, Monty, we got 3 flags. We got one back here at about the 46, 47.
And 1:24 on the 2nd quarter clock. Howe leading 14-12. Let's see what this is. It's against Gunter. It's an illegal man downfield. So we have a roughing the passer against Howe as well. Offset, replay of the downs here. 1st and 10. So I guess the only good thing there is that it ran a little bit of time off the clock. The ball will be spotted at the 36-yard line in Howe territory. Gunter trying to punch it in right before the half and drain all of Howe's momentum that they've gained here in the first half. 1st and 10. And again, it is Seth Brewer in at tailback. Gressett looks right, wants to throw right. It's caught in a flea flicker, and it's going to be Brewer who makes the catch, but luckily right there for the Bulldogs, several defenders snuffed it out.
Anthony Hawthorne, Dylan Moreau, Charlie Overby.
Timeout's been called. We'll take one too. Back in a moment with more Howe Bulldogs football on HoweEnterprise.com.
The Howe Athletic Booster Club invites you to become a supporter of the Howe Bulldogs.
The type of kids we have, they're just hard workers and do anything you ask.
Memberships are $25 and will be available at all home games. All proceeds benefit high school and middle school athletic programs. Please join the Howe Athletic Booster Club in our efforts to support our hometown kids.
When people come here, it's something they can be proud of.
Carrie's Coffee Company in historic downtown Van Alstyne, next to the post office, is the new upscale coffee shop serving Van Alstyne, Howe, and surrounding areas. Carrie's Coffee Company offers a wide variety of organic coffee and non-coffee beverages and baked goods. Come visit Carrie's Coffee Company in downtown Van Alstyne, next to the post office, and mention this ad and get 50% off your first beverage. Open Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 2 p.m. and 7 a.m. on Saturdays. Carrie's Coffee Company is Texas quality.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. Monty Walker along with Michael Mosier. Under center goes Gressett. And Brewer in the backfield. Fake the hand to him. Gressett wants to throw deep down the field. And he has his man. It's caught by Johnson at the 10-yard line. Inside the 10 or at the 9. There is a 1:05 on the clock. He was brought down inbounds. So as soon as they snap the ball, set the ball, the clock will start rolling. First and goal, as you hear from the PA announcer here in Gunter, as the clock is now rolling right at the 1 minute mark.
Yeah.
Howe leading 14-12.
Again, if you're Howe, you want to go in with a lead, but
you got to shut them down here.
You got to stand up tall.
Gressett is going to hand off to Brewer up the middle, lots of room, and he's brought down to actually a fumble, but Brewer gets back on it right at the 5-yard line. And it'll be 2nd down and goal from the 5. We're at 39 seconds, and another timeout's been called. We'll take one real quick. Back in a moment with more Howe Bulldogs football on HoweEnterprise.com.
Your business has a story to tell. Let Fast Signs help you tell it using the right mix of visual communication solutions like signs, banners, digital displays, vehicle graphics, mobile marketing, and so much more. Give Fast Signs your business challenge and we'll come up with a plan to grow your business, reach more customers, and accomplish more than you ever thought possible. Fast Signs. More than fast, more than signs.
Fast Signs Texoma, located at 1916 North Grand Avenue in Sherman, 903-893-SIGN. Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. Monty Walker along with Michael Mosier, Stephen Braswell. There's 38 seconds on the clock, and it's as simple as this. Howe has to maintain momentum in this football game by stopping Gunter right here. And Gunter has the ball at the 3-yard line, looking to punch it in right before the half and trying to eliminate that momentum that Howe has. Because if Howe can go into the locker room against the 10th-ranked Gunter Tigers with a lead, you got to feel pretty good about yourself coming out of halftime.
Yeah, you do. You just got to shut them down. I mean, that's, you got to stop them here. If you break their momentum, break their back, so to say, this could be the game changer here.
This is a huge, huge play in this football game. Second and goal from the 3-yard line. Gressett under center. I formation. Hunter in the backfield. He'll get the hand running left side, and he is in for the touchdown. 3-yard touchdown by Hunter. And Gunter, for the first time tonight, take the lead. 18-14, awaiting the PAT. With 33 seconds left to go before the half. That, my friends, is a game changer.
Yes, it is.
On for the PAT will be Cameron Hearn, and he'll kick this one to about Prosper, and it'll be good. 19-14, Gunter in the lead for the first time tonight. And we'll be back with more Howe Bulldog football on HoweEnterprise.com.
Hi, this is Chris with Cavener Home Theater, your local satellite television expert. Our customers are raving about the Hopper from Dish, the most advanced DVR. You can record up to 6 shows at once and instantly skip commercials in recorded primetime TV. But that's not all. With Dish, you can watch all your live and recorded TV anywhere. Visit Cavener Home Theater, your Dish authorized retailer, or call 903-892-3499 today.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. We are just about at the half. There's 33 seconds left to go before the half. Gunter takes the lead for the first time tonight, leading 19-14. Howe had that tremendous first quarter. Drove 75 yards on the first possession, took basically the entire clock to do it in the first quarter. But since then, Gunter's got things going. And here's Hearn, who will bang this one deep, and Hawthorne will take it about 5 yards deep and take a knee. So Howe, for about the 4th time tonight, will take the ball at their own 25-yard line. And this time with 33 seconds left to go. And I would imagine somewhere here Hawthorne's going to get his hands on the football.
Right. Yeah, he's definitely.
The longest run so far on the year for Hawthorne is 69 from scrimmage. However, he's gone a lot longer than that on a punt return.
Yeah.
And 72 yards on a punt return. And I'm going to guess everybody in the house knows that Hawthorne's going to touch the ball here, so we'll see what happens as he does not.
Oh, his quarterback sneak.
Joaquin Lopez to the right side. He needs to get out of bounds, and I believe he did. 26 seconds left on the clock. A nice first down run by Joaquin Lopez, and that's probably what happened. Is everybody knew Hawthorne would touch the ball. Howe knew that, therefore they ran something else.
Right. Garrett Hunter in on a stop.
1st and 10 for Howe. 26 seconds on the clock as Lopez got out of bounds. And at some point, you know Hawthorne's going to touch the ball.
Yes.
And this is probably it. Ball spotted at the 40. And this is going to be a toss. And this is not Hawthorne. This is Tyler Grisham, and he's met hard at the 40-yard line. No gain. We'll see if Howe will use a timeout here.
Seth Brewer.
16 seconds and 15 seconds on the clock.
Seth Brewer made him hard.
Howe will not use a timeout. Gunter is out of timeouts. They used them all in order to score that last touchdown. Under center goes Howe with 1 second on the clock. And brought down in the backfield is Anthony Hawthorne, and that is halftime. So Howe won the first quarter. Gunter won the second quarter. And Gunter overall is leading this football game 19-14. Let's take a quick timeout. Back in a moment with more Howe Bulldogs football on HoweEnterprise.com.
Abby's Restaurant is family owned and run. They have the cure for all your home cooking cravings. Chicken fried steak, loaded baked potato, bacon patty melt, grilled chicken salad, cheese fries, jalapeno stuffed peppers, and more. Don't forget to save room for that cheesecake and cobbler with ice cream. We know you're going to love the food and the service. Abby's Restaurant in downtown Howe. They're open from 11 to 8, Monday through Saturday. Give them a call, 903-487-8860. Abby's Restaurant.
If you can't see the difference, why pay the difference? Switch to Dish for a great deal. Only Dish offers free HD for 24 months and premium movie channels free for 3 months, including Blockbuster at home. Save a bundle when you combine DishNet high-speed internet with your TV service. Get more for less with Dish. Visit Cavender Home Theater, your Dish authorized retailer, or call 903-892-3499 for details. CavenderHT.com.
For my family, life is a series of celebrations, from my newest born cousin to my grandmother. We all partake in births, weddings, and funerals. Wherever we celebrate, we need to feel welcome. That's why we choose Scoggins Funeral Home in Howe. Scoggins Funeral Home understands our needs. Talk to the caring staff at Scoggins Funeral Home. Call 903-532-5577 or visit scogginsfuneralhome.com.
GCEC Wireless, located in Van Alstyne off of Exit 51, can help you with all your Verizon wireless needs. They have a wide range of products and services, including smartphones, wireless home and mobile internet, wireless home phone service, and accessories. They're also your local DirecTV dealer. So come on by or call them at 903-712-2355. That's GCEC Wireless. And go Bulldogs!
Welcome back. We are at a halftime where Gunter just imploded all of Howe's momentum going into halftime by scoring to take the lead for the first time tonight with 33 seconds left to go before the half. So Howe, who basically drove the entire football field and took most of the entire clock in the first quarter to lead 7-0, stumbled a little bit offensively in the second quarter. And Gunter, when they finally got possession of the football, after their first possession, they started moving the football quite a bit. And actually, Gunter now looks to be in good shape. Going to receive the football to start the second half. If you're Howe, it's so crucial to stop the Tigers on that very first drive coming out of the half.
Yeah, you got to shut them down. Momentum shifted a little. There are some positives that can come out of that first half. Howe needs to focus on those and just pick up on those positives. And they're not out of this by any means.
No, not at all. Only down by 5, and have played great as the Howe cheerleaders are now doing their performance out on the midfield. They're facing towards this Gunter crowd, and in a few moments the Howe band will play, and of course they're on their classic rock tour, and we'll let you hear that as they're lined up waiting to perform right after the cheerleaders get off the field. That's a big cheerleading group, isn't it?
It is, and the band has a performance tomorrow at 1 o'clock in Princeton at the field there. So their competition season starts tomorrow.
Let's recap this first half for you real quick before the band comes out. Howe took the opening possession and started at their own 25 after a deep kick through the end zone. Drove the 75 yards, the length of the field, took basically all the time off the clock. Left only 3:15 left to go in the first quarter when Hawthorne went over from 3 yards out. Howe led 7-0 in the latter part of the first quarter. Gunter got the football, went 3 and out, had to punt, and Howe found themselves again with the football with 1:41 left to go in the first. And that's when Howe went 73 yards and finally scored on a 42-yard touchdown run by Anthony Hawthorne to up their lead 14-0 on a 4th and 11 play. Is a very gutsy call by Coach Zach Hudson, and that left 10:09 on the clock for the Gunter Tigers, who ended up driving the length of the field, going 58 yards, and Gressett threw a touchdown pass to Johnson for 16 yards, which cut the score to 14-6 after the missed PAT. Howe punted, and then Gunter got the ball at their own 48-yard line, drove 52 yards, and it was a 26-yard touchdown run by Garrett. They missed the 2-point conversion. Howe still retained the lead 14-12 with 4:39 left to go before the halftime. Howe got the ball back, punted, gave it back to Gunter, and Hunter drove the field again, Hunter and Gunter, a 3-yard touchdown by Hunter, and that gave Gunter the halftime lead 19-14 with 33 seconds left to go before the half. And now it looks like the Howe Bulldog marching band is coming out on the field. We'll let you listen to that.
Representative Lindsay Kylie Krause, Freshman Representative Greg Schneider, Secretary Jessica Doty, Librarian Reagan Gonzalez, Loading Captains Bailey Tyler and Lila Smith, and Flag Captain Kendall Mounds. Each week, the Band Council and Directors recognize 2 students for their outstanding efforts. This week's Rookie of the Week is a tie between Clay Marshall and Dustin Woody. That was their mother. Bandsman of the Week, Chris Newell. The band is under the field direction of Senior Drum Major Madeline Ainsley. Tonight, the band will perform for you their UIL contest show, Rewind, including music from the Beatles, Led Zeppelin, and Aerosmith. Drum Major, is your band ready?
5 cheeseburgers. Barbecue sauce. Yes. Okay.
the Gunter Varsity Cheerleaders. And our mini cheerleaders, let's hear it for them.
Think back to the best fried pie you've ever had. It won't compare to Sweetie Pies in Van Alstyne. They have handmade apricot, apple, peach, buttermilk, chocolate, coconut, and lemon fried pies that melt in your mouth. Located at 120 South Main Street in Van Alstyne on the east side of downtown. Give them a call at 903-712-PIES. That's 903-712-7437. Sweetie Pies can also make custom Howe cookies, muffins, and other baked goods.
It's way too hot for your vehicle's AC to go out. Head over to 4A Automotive in Howe for their special air conditioning service checkup for just $39.95. For over 10 years, they've provided the most reliable and dependable service and repairs in the area. 4A Automotive is a bumper-to-bumper service shop. They do it all, from autos to diesels, and they're front-end specialists too. So call 4A Automotive today at 903-546-0024. They're located 4 miles east of Howe at the corner of FM 902 and Luella Road.
Calling all Bulldog fans to come down to the Sonic in Howe for half-price shakes after 8 and open until midnight. Home games only, where you get great food and big smiles. And a little message for all our Howe football players: go Bulldogs, fight, Bulldogs win, win, win. 'Cause it's not just good, it's Sonic good.
You're invited to the one and only Buck Snort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas. Your friends and neighbors say it's the best barbecue in North Texas. Now it's your turn to decide. Come taste the difference at Buck Snort Barbecue. For complete store information, including menu, location, and hours, click on bucksnortbarbecue.com. That's bucksnortbbq.com. Buck Snort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is a proud supporter of the Howe Bulldogs.
Welcome back to Gunter, Texas. Monty Walker along with Michael Mosier, where the Howe Bulldogs trail the Gunter Tigers 19-14. We talked before this football game if Howe was going to have a chance in this football game to knock off the 10th ranked Gunter Tigers, are going to have to do it with Anthony Hawthorne, and Hawthorne raced 42 yards on a touchdown in the first quarter. But before that, he capped off a 75-yard drive with a 3-yard touchdown. So Hawthorne doing what he normally does. You know, Pottsboro shut him down 2 weeks ago, but Hawthorne seems to be back on track, and the offensive line seems to be back on track. But more work to be done here as Gunter went on top for the first time tonight with 33 seconds left to go right before the half.
Howe's got to come out. They got to come out of come out of that field house and ready to play ball. Gunter, there's been a little bit of momentum shift, but not enough to the point that they're not in trouble yet. But they got to put a stop to it now, or they're going to be.
The bad thing about this situation for the Bulldogs, the great thing was they received to open the football game and went 75 yards, as we mentioned. The bad thing is when you do that, you've got to kick off in the second half.
Right.
And Gunter's going to get the football to start the second half. And if you're a Bulldog fan, like if you're listening to HoweEnterprise.com, more chances than not you are a Howe fan. You've got to shut down Gunter on this first opening drive. It's just it's something that has to happen. If Gunter gets on the scoreboard here and makes it a 26-14 lead, you're getting kind of in territory where it's unmanageable for Howe, and you've got to be able to stay with them right here and shut them down on their first possession.
Yes, you do.
It's a very breezy, what turned out to be a very hot and humid start to this football game is now a little chilly and very, very windy. As we were wondering if this is going to be our last very hot football game, and I hope so.
Yes, I do too.
Looking at the weather and looking at the radar here, it looks as if we're going to get some really good rain and maybe even some thunderstorms in a couple of hours. Kind of hoping it holds off but right ahead of Abilene and headed this way kind of towards Fort Worth, and it's actually moving a little bit south as well as east. So we're probably going to get some of that in a couple of hours. It's taking its time. The big thunderstorm right now looks like it's right through Abilene. So the way the wind's blowing, it could get here in a hurry. Again, it was homecoming for Gunter, and they moved their homecoming festivities to pregame because they were a little worried about the weather. So they wanted to get that out of the way and actually did their ceremonies before the game, crowned their homecoming queen and king, and as it turns out, they could have done it here at halftime anyway. It's nice, breezy, and could have done it without the rain, but that's okay.
That's right. And I sure hope our spotter, Steven, don't disappear if that Bulldog takes off. Ooh, that wind's high. I'd hate to be him right now.
How is that Bulldog tied to the ground? Is it just regular stakes, or?
Actually, it's not staked down. There's 4 corners have a they have just a whole rope on them, and you just got to hold it down.
Wow.
There's no way, at home they can weight it down with weights, but here in Gunter, I guess they're just going to have to hold it.
Wow.
Looks like you got some help. May have some kids over there helping.
You may have to have the team in there and just hold it for a while.
That's right. Come on, Steven. Don't get lost. We don't want you to disappear.
We're going to take a quick timeout. The Gunter Tigers have made their way back out on the field. They're stretching in the end zone, and Howe's yet to come back out. We're going to take a quick timeout and be back with more Bulldog football on HoweEnterprise.com.
The Howe Athletic Booster Club invites you to become a supporter of the Howe Bulldogs.
And the type of kids we have, they're just hard workers and do anything you ask.
Memberships are $25 and will be available at all home games. All proceeds benefit high school and middle school athletic programs. Please join the Howe Athletic Booster Club in our efforts to support our hometown kids.
When people come here, it's something they can be proud of.
The Howe Enterprise has served Howe as the hometown news since 1963. Since then, the Bulldogs have won 8 district, 7 by-district, 3 area championships, and 1 regional title. We've seen 14 different head coaches during that time. The Howe Enterprise has been with the Bulldogs for 51 years. We were there when the Pride of Howe won 3 band state championships. HoweEnterprise.com publishes weekly on Mondays.
Carrie's Coffee Company in historic downtown Van Alstyne, next to the post office, is the new upscale coffee shop serving Van Alstyne, Howe, and surrounding areas. Carrie's Coffee Company offers a wide variety of organic coffee and non-coffee beverages and baked goods. Come visit Carrie's Coffee Company in downtown Van Alstyne, next to the post office, and mention this ad and get 50% off your first beverage. Open Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 2 p.m. and 7 a.m. on Saturdays. Carrie's Coffee Company is Texas quality.
The Gunter Tigers band has made their way out onto the field. We will give you some halftime stats as the Howe Bulldogs have run 29 plays and gained 163 yards. The Gunter Tigers have run 19 plays and gained 162 yards. So the yards are just about even. Gunter has not taken as many plays to get there as Howe. Anthony Hawthorne has 12 carries for 69 yards and 2 touchdowns at the half. Stratton Carroll, 7 carries for 38 yards. Joaquin Lopez, in his first big rushing night of the year, 4 carries, 41 yards. Howe has 10 first downs, or had 10 first downs in the first half. So some impressive stats there for Howe. Of course, Hawthorne looking to get over the 100-yard mark, but well on his way with 69 and the 2 touchdowns. So a nice start for Howe, but trailing on the scoreboard 19-14. And we'll let you listen for a moment to the Gunter Tigers band.
We need a paramedic on the the track, please, a paramedic.
Your business has a story to tell. Let Fast Signs help you tell it using the right mix of visual communication solutions like signs, banners, digital displays, vehicle graphics, mobile marketing, and so much more. Give Fast Signs your business challenge and we'll come up with a plan to grow your business, reach more customers, and accomplish more than you ever thought possible. Fast Signs. More than fast, more than signs.
Fast Signs Texoma, located at 1916 North Grand Avenue in Sherman, 903-893-SIGN.
Hi, this is
Abby's Restaurant is family owned and run. They have the cure for all your home cooking cravings. Chicken fried steak, loaded baked potato, bacon patty melt, grilled chicken salad, cheese fries, jalapeno stuffed peppers, and more. Don't forget to save room for that cheesecake and cobbler with ice cream. We know you're going to love the food and the service. Abby's Restaurant in downtown Howe. They're open from 11 to 8, Monday through Saturday. Give them a call, 903-487-8860. Abby's Restaurant.
If you can't see the difference, why pay the difference? Switch to Dish for a great deal. Only Dish offers free HD for 24 months and premium movie channels free for 3 months, including Blockbuster at home. Save a bundle when you combine DishNet high-speed internet with your TV service. Get more for less with Dish. Visit Cavender Home Theater, your Dish authorized retailer, or call 903-892-3499 for details. CavenderHT.com.
For my family, life is a series of celebrations, from my newest born cousin to my grandmother. We all partake in births, weddings, and funerals. Wherever we celebrate, we need to feel welcome. That's why we choose Scoggins Funeral Home in Howe. Scoggins Funeral Home understands our needs. Talk to the caring staff at Scoggins Funeral Home. Call 903-532-5577 or visit scogginsfuneralhome.com. Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. Monty Walker along with Michael Mosier here in Gunter, Texas, where Gunter leads Howe 19-14. We're at the half, and we have some paramedics down on the track. A young cheerleader for Howe looks like has passed out, and possibly, we don't want to speculate, but the paramedics are down there attending to her, so I'm sure they're doing their jobs fine. So we'll let them attend to that, and we'll attend to the football game as the Gunter Tigers are back in the end zone. Kind of warming up, doing some stretching as the clock shows we're about 2.5 minutes away from starting this thing. The Howe Bulldogs are doing their own bit of stretching down in the south end zone, making their way to the tunnel. It looks like the Gunter Tiger cheerleaders doing their best job of making a wall so that no one can see what's going on behind them that's on the track with the young Howe cheerleaders. So a very, very nice job of respect from the Gunter Tigers there, the cheerleaders, and just a bad situation when anybody has to have the paramedics called. And
yeah, it is. It's something you hate to see.
Yeah. Again, 19-14. Gunter in the lead here at the half as we get ready for this beginning of the third quarter. We'll recap it for you. Howe took the ball first and started at their own 25-yard line, drove the entire length of the field, 75 yards, took almost the entire first quarter, and Anthony Hawthorne scored from 3 yards out, left only 3:15 on the clock, and Gunter took possession at their own 39-yard line. Went 3 and out, punted to Howe. Howe took over at their own 27, went 73 yards, and Hawthorne scored his second touchdown of the night, his 10th on the year, on a 42-yard touchdown run. That upped the Howe lead 14-0 with 10:01 left to go in the second quarter. Gunter finally started rolling as they got the ball at their own 42-yard line, went 58 yards, and it was capped off by a Gressett to Johnson touchdown pass of 16 yards. Missed the PAT, and that gave Howe, retained the lead, 14-6 with 7:43 left to go before the half. Howe got it back, and that's when Gunter stepped up defensively. Howe had to punt, and Gunter took the ball at their 48-yard line, drove 52 yards, and it was a 26-yard touchdown by by Garrett Hunter. And with the 2-point conversion missed, Howe retained the lead again, 14-12, with 4:39 left to go before the half. Gunter got the ball and drove 4 minutes and 6 seconds off the clock and went 53 yards and scored on Hunter's 3-yard touchdown. That would be Mr. Garrett Hunter, his second touchdown of the night. And that gave Gunter the first lead of the night, 19-14. And that left only 33 seconds left on the clock before the half. Howe got it and wasn't able to do anything with that 33 seconds. And that's here we are at the half with Gunter leading 19-14. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back with more Howe Bulldog football as we're just about ready for the half to end. We'll have football here in just a moment.
GCEC Wireless, located in Van Alstyne off of Exit 51, can help you with all your Verizon wireless needs. They have a wide range of products and services, including smartphones, wireless home and mobile internet, wireless home phone service, and accessories. They're also your local DirecTV dealer. So come on by or call them at 903-712-2355. That's GCEC Wireless. And go Bulldogs!
Think back to the best fried pie you've ever had. It won't compare to Sweetie Pies in Van Alstyne. They have handmade apricot, apple, peach, buttermilk, chocolate, coconut, and lemon fried pies that melt in your mouth. Located at 120 South Main Street in Van Alstyne on the east side of downtown. Give them a call at 903-712-PIES. That's 903-712-7437. Sweetie Pies can also make custom Howe cookies, muffins, and other baked goods.
It's way too hot for your vehicle's AC to go out. Head over to 4A Automotive in Howe for their special air conditioning service checkup for just $39.95. For over 10 years, they've provided the most reliable and dependable service and repairs in the area. 4A Automotive is a bumper-to-bumper service shop. They do it all, from autos to diesels, and they're front-end specialists too. So call 4A Automotive today at 903-546-0024. They're located 4 miles east of Howe at the corner of FM 902 and Luella Road.
Calling all Bulldog fans to come down to the Sonic in Howe for half-price shakes after 8 and open until midnight. Home games only, where you get great food and big smiles. And a little message for all our Howe football players: go Bulldogs, fight, Bulldogs win, win, win. 'Cause it's not just good, it's Sonic good.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. Monty Walker along with Michael Mosier. Stephen Braswell, who's still tending to probably holding down the tunnel over there as the wind has really picked up. We're waiting on we've been delayed a little bit because of the young lady who is on the track. We don't know exactly the ailment or what happened, but it looks like they're bringing those boards to put her on and the stretcher to carry her out. So, like I said, don't want to speculate on what it could be, and don't want to give the name unless we know for sure. So,
yeah, it looks like you know, this situation, you got to handle what you got here, you know, but it's also, you know, it kind of brings everybody on both ends down. You know, everybody was hyped up, ready to go, and, you know, now we're kind of in a holding pattern.
Right.
You know,
speaking of holding pattern, I don't think the weather is in a holding pattern. It looked like a moment ago it was headed this way pretty good from Abilene. Massive thunderstorms.
You know, we say that, but if you look right due east of us there, look at that big orange moon that just crest the top there above that trees over here to your...
oh, I see it. Wow.
So hopefully that's a good sign. Watch a big full moon. That may be a bad sign, but...
You know, we have coming up this year a conflict on Halloween, playing in White-Wright. We're going to have trick-or-treaters stay at home that night, or you think the trick-or-treaters will make their way over to White-Wright that night? I don't think those kids are going to give up their candy.
No, I don't think they are. But maybe we need to take some over there. Maybe they can come trick-or-treat us.
I think that might be... Sorry about that, as we're back in the press box. Someone is missing an Android phone, but I can't announce it to the crowd because we're on internet.
Yeah.
So maybe if anyone was here, found an Android phone and left, someone's looking for it here back at Tiger Stadium.
Yeah, bring it back with you.
Bring it back. Yeah, we'd like to have this young lady have her phone back, but it's amazing. You know, a lot of people will open the doors here and think that we're the public address. Not very, she's not real happy that she lost her phone.
Yeah, I noticed that. She didn't look very happy.
A little bit distressed.
Yeah, it looks like...
no words with friends tonight.
Looks like Coach, they're carrying her off the field now, possibly.
A big round of applause from the Gunter Tiger fans, as the cheerleader was actually on this side, even though it was a Howe cheerleader.
Well,
they were doing a performance on this side at halftime for the Gunter fans.
I say that they carted one off. Looks like we may possibly have another one down there.
Well, that would be rare.
Yeah. That may explain why they come in with the other backboard.
That would be extremely rare. I don't know that I've seen a dual injury from cheerleaders.
Right.
Meanwhile, both teams are still warming up in their end zone, trying to get loose, and stretch, and prepare for this second half. As we have had a delay, a couple of cheerleaders were injured. I'm not sure exactly what happened. I'm sure we'll try to get word on how those young ladies are doing. But again, on the near side, they were doing a performance for the Gunter fans at halftime, and something happened.
Yeah,
and I saw one of the ladies. One of the young ladies, it looked like she was just unconscious, but don't know for sure. And you can hear that. That's that Gunter Tiger siren, as apparently the Tigers just about ready to run through their run-through. Howe has gone back in their Bulldog tunnel, and now the smoke goes. And here come the Gunter Tigers on the near side. The Howe cheerleaders on the far side with their pink pom-poms. And here come the Howe Bulldogs.
Yeah, it looks like they're going.
And there goes the tunnel. And the other young lady is being carted off now on the track as well. So, again, unfortunate, 2 Howe cheerleaders have sustained some kind of injury or ailment and have been carted off. Now Gunter will take the field on to receive this football to start the second half, moving left to right towards the south end zone, and it'll be Garrett Hunter back deep to return. Now, normally the returners would stand about the 10-yard line or so, but there is a tremendous wind that has come in. And Honecker's kick, they expect, of course, he's been squib kicking it all night too, so I doubt they want to put it in the hands of Garrett Hunter. And Howe will come back out on the field now and ready to kick this ball off. Howe, right to left, Gunter left to right. We'll see if Honecker tries to squib this kick as he's done so far tonight, and he does. Low line drive kick, going to be taken at the 30-yard line, and coming near side and out of bounds quickly for Gunter is Ross O'Hanlon. And Gunter will start from their own 37-yard line to start the second half.
And run out of bounds by Levi Mazinski.
So 11:56 on the clock as we're just underway in the second half. Gunter leading Howe 19-14, and we'll set up an I formation here as Gressett goes under center on 1st and 10 from their own 37. Flag down. This is going to be Hunter on the carry. Bounces it out left side and brought down after about a 3-yard gain past the 40 to the 41-yard line, but the flag was down immediately, which probably indicates offsides by Gunter. And no, it's on Howe. And Coach Hudson not happy about that as one of the Bulldogs just lined up offside. We'll mark this one off. It'll be 1st down and 5 now.
I think Stephen slipped in on us. That means he didn't blow away.
And the Bulldog is not in Prosper, so that's a good thing.
That's a good sign. We were worried about you. We thought maybe you might be gone.
Not a way to start the second half for Howe with an offsides penalty on the defense. 1st and 5 now. Gunter from the 42-yard line on the reverse handoff. Hit immediately in the backfield by Portman, but he escapes the tackle. And alongside the sideline, past the 40-yard line, in Howe territory goes the wide receiver Kevin Teams, 5'9", 170. All the way from the other side of the field, got the hand coming near side and picks up the 1st down and more.
And brought down by Anthony Hawthorne, Dylan Moreau, Andrew Griffin.
1st and 10 for Gunter on a nice pickup there inside Howe territory to the 38-yard line. Gressett, I formation under center, and he's going to fake the hand, wants to throw it left, and it's caught by his receiver out there who's got some running room. Flag down. He has enough for the 1st down, but it is Jake Whitaker who makes the catch. Well, let's check the flag.
Looks like it's going to be against Gunter.
Merzinski made the stop, but it was a nice gainer there of about 15 yards for Gunter. But the flag is going to bring this one back. So already we've had a penalty against Howe lined up in, or offsides rather. And now you hear the PA announcer say holding against Gunter. And that'll back the ball up to the 47-yard line, close to midfield, which will bring up a 1st and 15 situation for Gunter. Garrett Hunter in the backfield, all alone. And he gets the hand, running right up the middle. He's got some room. He's got the 40. He's got the 35. He's fast. He's got the 25-yard line and a 1st down to the 24. That young man is extremely quick, 6'1", 185, and a senior. And when he gets the ball, he explodes with it. And now you know why he came into the game with 618 yards on the season.
Yeah, and again, you know, we had this conversation earlier. When your safeties are making the stops, that's not what you want.
Up to the line of scrimmage, Jose Betancourt, 175 the center. Everybody else are pretty much mammoths. is going to be a handoff once again to Hunter, who will gain 3, 4, maybe 5 yards on first down inside the 20 to the 19. Again, Gunter up front. Nate Yansky weighs 275. Cole Caker weighs 250. Jesse Harris weighs 290. And Caleb Yates weighs 295. That's some beef up front for the Gunter Tigers.
It is.
Flag down. We'll check this one. Personal foul against Gunter. So another huge penalty against Gunter. And this will send him back again to about the 39-yard line. And another huge play coming up as there's 10-19 left to go in the third quarter. We're just underway. Gunter leading Howe 19-14. And let's check and see how far. That's going to be a 19 yards.
Oh, no, they just 25.
Yeah, first and 25. Man in motion. And that will be the handoff to Teams running left side. He got a good block. And it's finally brought down by Levi Merzinski at about the 20-yard line. So a nice gain there on that reverse. Going to the other side.
Looks like we got a flag now.
Another flag. I thought he had a great block out there, but he might have held. And I believe on the block for Gunter was Ross O'Hanlon, and it looked like he was handling the cornerback over there, and that might have been Quentin Harris. He was getting the block on. So instead of first and 25, it will be first and what?
First and 35, 30.
Well, they'll say a spot foul. They'll rule it a spot foul.
They marked it first and 26.
So,
so we have
a 1 yard penalty. Our two receivers come near side, I formation. Gressitt goes under center, first and 26 for Gunter. And Gressitt wants to throw, looking down the field to the right side. Man open, and makes the catch. Hawthorne hit him. He got out of Hawthorne's possession, and then Overby brings him down. And that was Jake Whitaker on the catch. And that's going to be good for maybe about 18 of the 26, as it'll bring up second down and 8, maybe even 7.
Second down and 6 for the Gunter Tigers.
Easton Ross in on that stop as well.
The scoreboard will say second and 6, so about a 20-yard gain there. Ball spotted at about the 21-yard line. Second and 6, a long 6. Handoff, Hunter running right side, and he's got probably enough for the first down at about the 12-yard line, enough for the first down, so they'll move the sticks. And now Gunter is just kind of moving at will.
Yeah, Andrew Griffin in on the stop. You know, they all the motion went to the left, and Hunter come to the right. You know, everybody shifted to the left, and he squirted out here on the right.
You know, Howe can't blame anybody but themselves. Gunter has basically shot themselves in the foot several times on this drive, had themselves in a long position, but have been able to get out of it. And this is going to be Whitaker again up the middle. And he'll get inside the 5 to about the 4. And another flag is down, this one late. So Gunter doing everything they can to shoot themselves in the foot. Howe keeps giving up big plays. And we'll see what this is.
Looks like they might have called unsportsmanlike conduct.
Right now the ball's resting at about the 2-yard line, but this one's going to be backed up tremendously, and it is a personal foul.
A dead ball, personal foul against Gunter.
And that'll bring the ball, instead of being at the 2, will be at the 17, or instead of being at the 1, will be at the 16 rather. So Gunter trying to punch this one in before, to extend the lead and kind of knock Howe out. I mean, this could be a really knockout blow right here if Gunter gets in.
And right now, Gunter shooting themselves in the foot.
They really are. Several penalties on this opening drive of the second half. Gressitt goes under center, I formation, first and 10, fakes the hand, and he does give it to Hunter, who's got lots of running room to about the 6-yard line. So at this point, Gunter could get 7 consecutive personal fouls and somehow still convert the way they're running the football.
Right. And kind of trying to watch here, see what's happening. there's a little extracurricular, but I haven't seen nothing just too awful.
It'll be first and goal for Gunter now at the 5-yard line. 7:32 and rolling in the third quarter. Gunter on top, 19-14. Howe desperately needs to turn Gunter away right here. And this is going to be Hunter on the toss right side, looking to get in, and he stopped. No, he got in. Touchdown Gunter. They extend the lead. 25-14, awaiting this PAT.
That's not what Howe needed or wanted. That's kind of a momentum shifter in the opposite direction. Maybe Howe can come back and get the ball back and make something happen.
Well, they're going to need to stay in this football game. It's on the tee. Hearn's kick is up, and it is good. And now Gunter extends the lead 26-14 with 7:11 left to go in the third quarter. We'll be back with more Howe Bulldogs football on HoweEnterprise.com.
You're invited to the one and only Buck Snort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas. Your friends and neighbors say it's the best barbecue in North Texas. Now it's your turn to decide. Come taste the difference at Buck Snort Barbecue. For complete store information, including menu, location, and hours, click on bucksnortbarbecue.com. That's bucksnortbbq.com. Buck Snort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is a proud supporter of the Howe Bulldogs. The Howe Athletic Booster Club invites you to become a supporter of the Howe Bulldogs.
The type of kids we have, they're just hard workers and do anything you ask.
Memberships are $25 and will be available at all home games. All proceeds benefit high school and middle school athletic programs. Please join the Howe Athletic Booster Club in our efforts to support our hometown kids.
When people come here, it's something they can be proud of.
Hearn, the old dinosaur kicker, straight on toe puncher, bangs this one through the end zone. So Howe will start at their own 25 once again, as he has had a touchback, I believe, on every kickoff so far tonight.
Yeah.
Either way, into the wind or against it, he's still has the powerful leg and bangs it out of the end zone either way. And
almost made a field goal.
Here comes Howe for their first possession of the second half. Much like earlier, Gunter took their first possession and scored on it. And here's the first down play. Not much doing there. That might have been Lopez on the keeper. I'll have to see this up. I believe that was Lopez on the keeper. A gain of about 1. Bring up second down and 9.
We're just going to call that one the Tiger defense. I wasn't real sure who he had on that stop.
Howe desperately needs to score on this possession to stay in this football game.
And Blevins bringing the play in.
Howe so far in the third quarter of this season has only scored 1 touchdown. Lopez wants to carry around the right side. He's in traffic and brought down immediately. A gain of none. Third down and 9 for Howe. Again, Gunter has won 12 straight meetings against the Howe Bulldogs.
Seth Brewer, Danny Hernandez in on the stop.
The last time Howe beat Gunter was right here in 1997. So it's been a long time.
Is it just me, or how you can smell right before it rains? Did I get maybe a small whiff of that?
I think I have some allergy. Yeah, rain.
I think it's fixing to rain, buddy.
Third and 9. This is going to be Lopez wanting to throw the football. He's in trouble. Chased down from behind and sacked at about the 16-yard line. It'll be fourth down and very, very long, and obviously punt time for the Howe Bulldogs.
Spencer Lashley made the stop.
Clock rolling at 5:39, or 5:29 rather. And Overby will go back to punt. He'll stand inside the 5 at about the 4-yard line. And a timeout's been called. We'll take one too. Back in a moment with more Howe Bulldogs football on HoweEnterprise.com.
The Howe Enterprise has served Howe as the hometown news since 1963. Since then, the Bulldogs have won 8 districts, 7 by-district, 3 area championships, and 1 regional title. We've seen 14 different head coaches during that time. The Howe Enterprise has been with the Bulldogs for 51 years. We were there when the Pride of Howe won 3 band state championships. HoweEnterprise.com publishes weekly on Mondays.
Welcome back to Gunter, Texas, where the Tigers of Gunter are leading the Howe Bulldogs 26-14 with 5:09 left to go in the third quarter. As Howe's about to punt this one away, Overby calls for it. A high snap, he brings it down. It's a end over end, low kick, going to bounce at the 43-yard line, take a good Howe bounce for a couple of yards and roll dead about the 47-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like someone we haven't mentioned tonight or in the last week or so, a couple of weeks. Tristan Matthews downed that ball for the Bulldogs.
Stump Matthews had a great start to the season. You're right, we haven't heard too much out of him recently. So Gunter will take over at their own 46-yard line. 4:59 on the clock as they start this drive, moving left to right. And Garrett Hunter into the game will dot the I, or be the lone setback, however. Gressett will line up in shotgun formation on this first down. 2 receivers near side, 1 up top. Drops back 3 steps, wants to throw, sets up the screen, and he does to Hunter, who's wide open, and he makes the catch, sneaks out of a tackle to the 45-yard line, and finally Hawthorne and company bring him down there after about a 1-yard gain.
Andrew Griffin made the initial contact and held him up. Menivar and Hawthorne come in there to finish him off.
You need a stop right here if you're Howe. You have to have a stop. And you basically can give up no points, no more points tonight.
No, you don't need to give up anything else tonight.
2nd down and 9. Handoff. Hunter, big hole. Only gets a few yards to the 40, but Hawthorne makes the tackle, but boy, they're just blowing that left side wide open.
They are. Looked like maybe Hunter and Anthony might have discussed that tackle a little bit.
We mentioned Yansky, 275, the left tackle, the left guard, 250. Those are the small kids on the offensive line. The right side of the offensive line, 290 and 295.
You know, they come up with this center that weighs 175
right.
pounds.
And here's Hunter, who breaks out of 2 tackles and squirts free to about the 34-yard line, enough for a first down. And that'll be moving the sticks time for the chain crew on the far side.
J.P. Queen made the stop. Looks like we got there's a lot of extracurricular going on. A lot of jawing and talking back and forth. It's you like to see it come. You don't want to see the fights, but you like to see them getting into the game like that.
Last year, Gunter won this game right here, 19-0. So a little better showing so far from Howe, and here's a catch made, and Hawthorne will make the tackle, but it was Jake Whitaker who made the catch. It'll be good for about 4 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 6. We're at the 2:54 mark in the third quarter, and Gunter leading Howe 26-14. 26 unanswered points as Howe led at one point 14-0.
Yeah, and that last touchdown, Gunter pretty much shot themselves in the foot and ran 100 yards before they even scored.
Here's a handoff to Hunter, who gets a good lead block and another first down, or very close to it. Getting a block from Spencer Lashley up the middle. Looked like Lashley almost looked like a pulling guard.
Yeah, and there's a reason. That reason right there is why Garrett Hunter is, he's ranked 5th in the area.
He's put on quite a display tonight, and anytime you can run behind a line like that, and you have speed like that, that's a dangerous combination. And this is going to be Gressett faking the hand, rolls out, throws the screen pass, and is dropped once again. And that was a low throw to Spencer Lashley. He dropped the ball earlier in the first quarter, but that one was a low throw and wasn't able to handle it.
Yeah, that was just a kind of a bad toss. That wasn't his fault.
Second down and 10 for Gunter.
You know, is it bad or just a sign of old age at 9:30 when you're tired? I think I'm getting old.
Well, you're older than me, I know.
Maybe.
Formation, and this will be Hunter again for about 5 yards. And he's good for about 5 yards every time he touches the ball.
If he's not running over you or running around you, he's just hurdling you and going on about his business.
It'll be 3rd and 5. As checking into the game for Gunter is Ross O'Hanlon.
Looks like Tanner Hartsfield checked in for the Bulldogs. Dylan Monroe ran off the field.
It'll be O'Hanlon and Teams on the left side. And Teams will get it on the quick toss. And he has some room for a first down. He squirts out of a couple of defenders, but a flag is down behind the line of scrimmage, behind the defenders. And we'll see what this is. Normally that would be against Gunter. If it's thrown back there that far, it might be a hold.
Yep.
It's a hold against Gunter. So instead of picking up the first down, they'll bring it back and they'll replay 3rd down.
But again, we're down here where we were just a minute ago, and they backed up to the 50. Or almost.
Yes, Gunter.
It's almost like it doesn't matter with Garrett Hunter. You just spread the field open and just run it right up the middle, and he has tons of room.
Yes, he does.
The offensive line has just been so impressive in this. Ever since the second possession.
Yes.
A shotgun formation, one back set, man goes in motion, that's Teams, he'll get the carry, fumbles the football, but he jumps back on it at the 25-yard line. And just right there was Ty Portman, but he wasn't able to get on the ball. And that's a pretty big loss there. It'll bring up 4th down and about 11 for Gunter. And, if I'm Gunter, I'm probably going for it here.
And that looks like what they may do.
I mean, at any point, Mr. Garrett Hunter could rip off 11 yards pretty easy, is what he's shown so far in the second half.
Right. Trying to get the clock to stop. Not real sure. Oh, there we go.
We'll see what the officials say, if they're going to actually try to get this clock reset. And they're looking up here at the press box. Now, one official's talking to Gunter's head coach, Jake Feisel. Right now, there's 24 seconds on the 3rd quarter clock. And Howe trails Gunter 26-14. Gunter's facing a 4th and 11 situation. We missed the flags on the top of the goalpost, because I'd love to see what they're doing right now, because the wind is really gusting. It's kind of hard to see which way.
Well, I don't. Oh, there it is. Looks just like it's blowing out of the northeast. All
right, the clock is rolling now at 19 seconds. Now they stop it again, and the officials want to talk about it. And
it's like they're going to go over and talk to Coach Hudson about it.
Not sure what they're trying to communicate to the scoreboard operator, but right now there's 19 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. So far, Gunter in this half took the ball first, drove all the way down the field and scored, even though they had several costly penalties. It didn't matter, as they kept picking up the first down. Even after several personal fouls, several holding calls, it just didn't matter. They would spread it out and just run up the middle, and ended up scoring to extend the lead to where we are right now, 26-14. Gunter again knocking on the door here at the Howe 23-yard line, but facing a 3rd and 11. As I thought for a moment it was 4th and 11.
Yeah.
But now maybe that was the talk behind all of the officials, as the flag on the far side shows 3rd and 11 with 6 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Apparently they were able to get it off, and here goes Gressett around the right side, and he is knocked out of bounds. Pretty close to a first down marker. So that is the end of the 3rd quarter. When we come back, we'll check to see if he got the first down or not.
Steven says the wind is 17 miles an hour out of the northeast. And I'm going to trust you.
That's our spotter.
That's our spotter.
We'll be back with more Howe Bulldogs football on HoweEnterprise.com.
Carrie's Coffee Company in historic downtown Van Alstyne, next to the post office, is the new upscale coffee shop serving Van Alstyne, Howe, and surrounding areas. Carrie's Coffee Company offers a wide variety of organic coffee and non-coffee beverages and baked goods. Come visit Carrie's Coffee Company in downtown Van Alstyne, next to the post office, and mention this ad and get 50% off your first beverage. Open Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 2 p.m. and 7 a.m. on Saturdays. Carrie's Coffee Company is Texas quality.
Your business has a story to tell. Let Fast Signs help you tell it using the right mix of visual communication solutions like signs, banners, digital displays, vehicle graphics, mobile marketing, and so much more. Give Fast Signs your business challenge, and we'll come up with a plan to grow your business, reach more customers, and accomplish more than you ever thought possible. Fast Signs. More than fast, more than signs.
Fast Signs Texoma, located at 1916 North Grand Avenue in Sherman. 903-893-SIGN.
Hi, this is Chris with Cavender Home Theater, your local satellite television expert. Our customers are raving about the Hopper from Dish, the most advanced DVR. You can record up to 6 shows at once and instantly skip commercials in recorded primetime TV. But that's not all. With Dish, you can watch all your live and recorded TV anywhere. Visit Cavender Home Theater, your Dish authorized retailer, or call 903-892-3499 today.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium as the Tigers quickly back out on the field as we start the 4th quarter. Ball now rests with a 1st and goal situation after a run there. Another big run. And the ball rests at the 9-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal from the 9. As O'Hanlon will be split out wide right. I formation for Hunter, who dots the I. Gressett under center. He's going to hand it to Hunter, who squirts through. Going to be very close. Thought he was down at the 1, and he is. Going to be stopped actually at the 2-yard line.
You know, watching Gunter and that offensive line, they looks like we may have a player down. Oh, he's up.
Someone lost a helmet. It was Hunter who lost his helmet. He'll have to leave for a play, apparently. Isn't that the rule? If you lose your helmet, you have to leave for one play.
Yes. You know, looking at their Gunter's offensive line, their center does just about as much work as the big guys.
Brewer now dots the I with Hunter out of the game, and he'll get the carry, and he'll run right up the middle. Not sure he got it, and no indication. They'll say he's down at the 1-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd and goal from the 1. Again, Howe desperately needs not only to stop them, but to create a turnover, needing some kind of momentum. You know, everyone knows how good Gunter is in the district. Most people predict Gunter will not lose a game in the district. But wouldn't it be a shocker? Wouldn't it be nice to come up with something here?
Yes, it would.
Brewer will not get the carry. It'll be Gressett who goes in for the touchdown. So Gunter extends their lead 32-14, awaiting this PAT with 10:21 left to go in the 4th quarter. be the, I might have messed up earlier. I thought he was a toe punch kicker, but a soccer style kick right here on the PAT goes Hearn, and it's good. That ups the Gunter lead, 33-14. Let's take a quick, there's a flag, hold everything. There's a flag on the PAT. And it looks like it is going to be against unsportsmanlike conduct against Gunter. That'll be applied on the kickoff. We'll be back in a moment with more Howe Bulldogs football on HoweEnterprise.com.
Abby's Restaurant is family owned and run. They have the cure for all your home cooking cravings. Chicken fried steak, loaded baked potato, bacon patty melt, grilled chicken salad, cheese fries, jalapeno stuffed peppers, and more. Don't forget to save room for that cheesecake and cobbler with ice cream. We know you're going to love the food and the service. Abby's Restaurant in downtown Howe. They're open from 11 to 8, Monday through Saturday. Give them a call, 903-487-8860. Abby's Restaurant.
If you can't see the difference, why pay the difference? Switch to Dish for a great deal. Only Dish offers free HD for 24 months and premium movie channels free for 3 months, including Blockbuster at home. Save a bundle when you combine DishNet high-speed internet with your TV service. Get more for less with Dish. Visit Cavender Home Theater, your Dish authorized retailer, or call 903-892-3499 for details. CavenderHT.com.
Welcome back to Gunter, Texas. Monty Walker along with Michael Mosier. And Gunter, after the penalty, will now kick off from the 25-yard line. So for the first time tonight, I guarantee you that Howe will not start from the 25-yard line.
Right.
Unless he is Raphael Septien. Reincarnated.
Well, that's a big kicker.
That is a big kicker. He is listed at 6'2", 235. And he will bang this one. Low line drive kick will bounce at the 27. Be picked up by Hawthorne at the 24. Running to the left side on the far side is in traffic and steps out of bounds just shy of the 40 at the 39-yard line. And that's where Howe will take over from their own 39 with 10:15 left to go in this football game.
Trey Carr running out of bounds.
Again, Gunter leading 33-14. Trying to close this out to start District 5 3A play. Howe would like to have a good showing here to finish out this football game. And we talked earlier, we talked about, what would be a good score for this football game. As here's going to be Stratton Carroll on the right side. Escapes one defender, fighting for more yardage, and he busts through for about 13 yards on first down. Escapes several defenders there and moves the sticks on a nice gain there. We talked in the you and I talked off the air that, if the score was somewhere around 31-21, that would be a pretty good game for Howe.
Yes.
If he could stay within 10 points or so, because obviously, realistically, Gunter's really, really good.
Right.
And if they could score here, they'd be somewhere in that ballpark that we were talking about. Here's a handoff to Hawthorne running left side, and he dives forward for about 5 yards. There might be a fumble on the play.
Yeah, looks like a ball's on the ground.
There is no indication that it is turned over, and Howe retains possession after about a 5-yard gain by Hawthorne. The ball rests at the 43-yard line.
This district, in my opinion, is going to be a lot tougher than I think people thought.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Looking statistically in the paper, you can assume the paper's right. But White Rides, they've scored 200 points themselves. They went from a 1-19.
There's a rare handoff to
Tristan Matthews?
Stump Matthews, and he'll gain enough for a first down, about 6 yards. So that'll move the ball to the 35-yard line and move the sticks. Stump Matthews.
Go Tigers!
We'll try to find some local scores from the area to pass along. Here's a handoff. Hawthorne running right guard. He hits a wall after about a gain of about 3.
Looks like a tackle. Stop was made by Seth Brewer. He's a Tiger coming up off the bottom of the pile.
Denison leading Wiley 24-21 with 5 minutes left to go in the third. The McKinney Lions are trailing. Sherman's winning. Sherman is beating McKinney 21-14. Sherman is leading.
Are they really?
Second down and 6. Here's a handoff. Stratton Carroll running the other way on that reverse. And he had initially a seam, but it was closed in a hurry. Not sure if he gained maybe 2-3 yards there. Bring up third and about 5 for Howe.
Seth Brewer in on the stop. Our spotters say look like Tyler Grisham might be on the sidelines.
Well, Stump Matthews is into the game.
And I believe I see raindrops are falling.
We see the Gunter crowd starting to scatter a little bit.
Maybe they know something we don't know.
7:42 left in the game. This is going to be a handoff up the middle. And I think that's Hawthorne, and he had nowhere to go. He's met right at the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 4th down and 5.5 for Howe. And boy, this Gunter crowd's moving in a hurry.
They are. Maybe they do. They must know something we don't know.
People in Howe on the far side not doing the same scrambling motion that now a couple of them are standing up.
Oh, I can see it now. Look out across there.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at the rain falling.
It just must have just made it over there. It's tossed right side, and that is Stratton Carroll looking for some room, trying to get to the near side. Is not going to pick up the first down. The ball will go over on downs, and Gunter will take over.
Flag down.
Uh-oh, holding against Howe. That won't matter. And Gunter will decline this and take the football. So Howe with a turnover on downs, and that will pretty much end all the chances of winning this football game. Although, you just never know. You know, we always talk about that Plano West, John Tyler game back in 1994. You know, every time we see a situation where, this team's beat, they're never going to come back, you always have to refer back to that game
because they come back.
They certainly did. That was one of the greatest games I've ever seen. And actually, I had that game on video. One of my friends gave it to me, and I had to show my kids the other day because they couldn't believe. They kept saying, are they going to come back? Are they going to come? They're going to come back, aren't they? I said, you won't believe the finish to this football game. Look it up. It's probably on YouTube. John Tyler. This will be a handoff up the middle.
Seth Brewer.
Brewer into the game. As
stop made by number 30, J.P. Queen. Oh, look at the rain.
The rain is really coming down now.
It is here.
And I may need to do something about all this equipment. As the crowd mic is out there.
Yeah, may have to reach out there and grab it. Let me step out there and see if I can get it.
Raining pretty hard now. Boy, there's some. These teams are still playing very, very hard as there's some extracurricular going on out there, but it'll be 2nd down and short for Gunter now. Actually, they'll say he made the first down. I'm not even sure the officials can see it's raining so hard out there.
Monty stepped out to get the crowd mic. Get it down here over your head.
Seth Brewer on the carry, number 4. Stop made by number 55.
Well, I'm not going to be able to get the crowd mic, but I do hear it, so it's still working.
Still working. I see the green light lit.
Yeah.
Look like the fans here in front of us brought a chart. They come prepared.
I need a little plastic bag for that crowd mic. I used to have one. I'm not sure what happened to it. That's all right. Maybe I can come up. Maybe it's not too bad out there. I do have a little block from the from the press box, so maybe it'll be okay. It's probably not as bad as what I think. I am going to shut this window with my iPad and laptop and all that good stuff. 1st and 10, or 2nd and 10 rather, toss to the near side. And that's Brewer looking for the corner, and he goes out of bounds after about a 7-yard gain, just shy of midfield. There is 4 minutes and 43 seconds left on the clock as Brewer stepped out of bounds. Well, these are diehard fans right here, and Gunter sitting back here with a tarp over their heads.
Yeah, they are covered up now. You know, now we've gone from a heavy rain to just a slow, steady rain.
Yeah, it's not raining quite as hard as it was a moment ago. You wonder, why did that young man step out of bounds?
Right.
4 minutes and 43 seconds on the clock. This will be a handoff right side. And a gain of about 2. And that is Spencer Lashley on the carry. He stayed in bounds, so the clock runs. 4:25 left.
No, this was a tough contest for Howe. This was
Yeah, it's a very, it's a tough way to open District 2 with a very tough team like that, especially with how now losing 4 in a row. I think they're a much better football team than they may even realize. Some of the kids are probably maybe losing some faith in the team, even though I'm not so sure those kids realize how good teams like Lindsay and Ponder really are, because those are really good football teams. And they were right there. Just was very, very close to having their foot on their throat. Timeout's been called. We'll keep it right here. Matter of fact, I'll let Stephen and Michael converse for a little bit while I try to get this crowd mic.
There you go, Stephen Braswell. He is now official. He has the headset on. He does a great job spotting. Aren't you glad you're not out in the rain?
This is a perfect place to be right now.
That's right. It is perfect, isn't it? We're dry. Now, our wives might not think so. They might not be very happy, but...
Well, mine just got finished putting the tunnel up, so she wanted to make sure she got it in.
Yeah, that's one of them things that boy, that thing smells bad if it dries.
Nah,
you put it up wet.
All right, a big round of applause for Stephen Braswell, who makes his debut.
That's right.
We got the crowd mic. It is safe. Not sure it's working, but it's safe.
Yeah, it is working. I can hear it. Yeah. I can hear it, yeah.
There we go. All right, 4th and short for Gunter. Moving right to left. Backup quarterback into the game. Backup tailback, but another first down for Gunter nonetheless.
No, I think Garrett Hunter's back in the game.
Was that Hunter on the carry?
Yeah, number 21, Garrett Hunter.
Well, you're right. It was Trey Carr, however, in at
good enough for a Gunter
quarterback.
Tiger first down.
Joel Minivar made the stop. There's some diehard fans here. They are toughing it out.
These Gunter Tigers have had a good run for about 10 or 12 years now. And when everybody's winning, everyone's happy, and everybody comes out of the woodwork.
That's right.
1st and 10, moving right to left, trying to kill the clock are the Gunter Tigers. And this will be Carr handoff up the middle. New running back into the game.
Number 7.
That is Cade Leach, 6 foot 180.
Cade Leach on the
He
carry.
runs very similar to Garrett Hunter.
Yes. 3 minutes and 3:04 on the clock.
Gain of about 7.
Stratton Carroll made the stop.
3 for Gunter.
It's about as quiet as this little crowd mic has ever.
It has. It did get quiet. But there's still quite a few people here on both sides. The Howe people are toughing it out.
It's like it's kind of like a JV game atmosphere now. With everyone has pretty much left. There's no band to hear.
Right.
I formation. And whistles will blow before this one can get underway. I believe this is going to be a delay of game. Nope, false start against Gunter.
False start against the offense.
So instead of 2nd and 3, it'll be 2nd and about 8 for Gunter, as we are at the 2 minute and 31 second mark. 33-14, Gunter leading Howe. And looks like Gunter will go to 5-1 on the season, 1-0 in district. The Gunter Tigers won versus Boyd to open the season. They then beat Pottsboro in a nail-biter, 28-26 on some missed PATs and such. Here's Carr, handoff, once again straight up the middle. to Leach. That'll bring up third down. Then the Gunter Tigers played Whitesboro, and they won 35-18. And then their only loss of the season came on September the 19th. They traveled to Pilot Point and lost that game 31-15. And last time the Gunter Tigers laced it up was on the 26th of September at Bowie, and won pretty good there, 48-14.
Yeah, Austin Bearden, he in for Bulldogs. Look like he's playing nose guard.
Third down and 5 for Gunter. As you know, the district is in a point situation, so there's really no reason to score anymore here. This is Leach on the carry, and he'll be stopped at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 4th and 5. The point situation in district means there's a cutoff of 13 points.
Yeah.
So even if you win by 50, you only get credit for 13 points. So there's no reason for Gunter to really score here. Now with a 19-point lead currently, Howe would be in favor of scoring here for sure to make it a 13-point game.
Right.
So things like that do play into effect, but if Gunter wins all the way out and they don't get beat in the district, it doesn't matter because all of their games get thrown out.
Yeah.
And Gunter trying to let some time run off of this. It's 33 seconds, 32, 31.
Timeout.
Timeout's been called. We'll keep it right here. It looks like 33-14 is going to be the final of this football game.
Remember, interest rates are low. Call Lynn Reed at Sendera Funding.
Hey, there's no advertising here on HoweEnterprise.com unless you pay for it, young man. We're going to drown out the PA announcer there.
There you go. We'll cover him up. Yeah, this is going to be a tough pill to swallow, but I think it's going to be all right.
Well,
you know, they can rebound off of, you know.
What you got to, you know, what the coaching staff has to do now is make sure these kids understand how good Gunter is and how good Ponder is and how good Lindsay is, and especially Pottsboro.
Right.
They've played some tremendous teams in the area, but what they have left, Howe can definitely maintain. Here's a toss to the right side. Actually, that's the quarterback on the keeper car. He escapes a couple of defenders and now is brought down at the 19-yard line, and that leaves 21 seconds on the clock, and that is a first down for Gunter. And I would think now is a good time just to take a knee with no really reason. Now the clock's running. That'll be it. So your final tonight in Gunter, Texas, 33-14. Gunter wins and has now won 13 consecutive games versus Howe, dating back to 1997.
Yes.
Tough sledding, and at some point, a Howe team is going to get over that hump and take one home. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back in a moment to wrap this one up with more Howe Bulldog football on HoweEnterprise.com.
For my family, life is a series of celebrations, from my newest born cousin to my grandmother. We all partake in births, weddings, and funerals. Wherever we celebrate, we need to feel welcome. That's why we choose Scoggins Funeral Home in Howe. Scoggins Funeral Home understands our needs. Talk to the caring staff at Scoggins Funeral Home. Call 903-532-5577 or visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com.
GCEC Wireless, located in Van Alstyne off of Exit 51, can help you with all your Verizon wireless needs. They have a wide range of products and services, including smartphones, wireless home and mobile internet, wireless home phone service, and accessories. They're also your local DirecTV dealer. So come on by or call them at 903-712-2355. That's GCEC Wireless. And go Bulldogs!
Well, you hear the school song and you hear the Bulldogs along the way, the band over there. Let's recap this one for you. It started out with Howe really looking good tonight. They took the ball in the first quarter. The first possession started at the 25-yard line on a touchback, and Howe raced 75 yards down the field, took almost the entire first quarter off the clock, left only 3:15 on the clock after Anthony Hawthorne scored from 3 yards out. The Gunter Tigers took the ball in their first possession and punted, and gave the ball back to Howe at the 27. That's when Howe went 73 yards, and Anthony Hawthorne scored his second touchdown of the night from 42 yards out, is how far that one went. And Howe shockingly went up 14-0 with 10:01 left to go in the second quarter. But that was about it for Howe. As Gunter woke up in the second quarter, they took the ball at their own 42, went 58 yards in a hurry, and Gressett hit Johnson for a 16-yard touchdown pass. And after the missed PAT, Howe led 14-6 with 7:43 left to go in the second quarter. That's when things started messing up for Howe. They took the ball at their own 25 and immediately had to punt back to Gunter. And then Gunter, with the ball at their own 48, went 52 yards with 5:37 on the clock is when their drive started. And it was capped off by a 26-yard touchdown by Garrett Hunter. And with a 2-point conversion fail attempt on the pass, the Howe Bulldogs maintained the lead at 14-12 with 4:39 left to go before the half. Howe got the ball back at the 25 on the touchback with 4:39 left to go in the second quarter, but had to punt back to Gunter, who went 53 yards again, and it was another Hunter touchdown of 3 yards. And Gunter, right before the half, with 33 seconds left to go right before the half, took the first lead of the night at 19-14. Took all the momentum that Howe had in the very first part of the game and flushed it right in the toilet with 33 seconds left to go before the half. Howe took the ball and couldn't do anything with it before the half with that 33 seconds, and they went into halftime trailing 19-14. Gunter came out of the half knowing that they were going to get the football. They took it at their own 37, went 63 yards, and another Hunter touchdown, this one of 6 yards out. And immediately Gunter upped the lead 26-14 with 7:11 left to go in the third quarter. Howe took the ball at the 25 after another touchback and had to punt and gave the ball back to Gunter with 4:59 left to go in the third. And that's when Gressett capped off a 64-yard drive to give us our final score of 33-14. That was with 10:21 left to go in the fourth, and that's the last scoring we had of the night. Not a great way to open up district play with a loss. However, you knew that going against Gunter was going to be a really tough matchup. I don't think anyone expected Howe to win tonight, but there's good signs to go off of. The first quarter is exactly what Howe wants to do with the football offensively, is get the ball, keep it the entire quarter, run as much clock as you can, punch it in the end zone, and try to keep a vaunted offense like Gunter has off of the field. They were able to do that for the first quarter.
Yes, they were, and they did. They did a great job. They've got to carry that momentum the rest of the, on through the rest of the year.
The good thing about the schedule from now on for the Howe Bulldogs, there are no more Gunter Tigers. There are no more Pottsboro Cardinals. Those teams are gone.
Right.
And it should be a lot easier from here on out. And Howe's looking forward to playing some White Wrights and Tom Beans for a change.
Yeah, and Stephen went through and got us some scores. Looks like Leonard beat White Wright 50-23.
Wow.
And S&S and Tom Bean are, with 4 minutes left, about 2.5 minutes ago, it was 24-21 S&S.
Wow.
So that's a pretty close game there.
It is. Well, next week, I have to check this.
Yeah.
We'll have to check and see. Howe moves to 2-4 on the season, have lost 4 consecutive games to really, really good teams. So next week, Howe and Tom Bean. It'll be at home.
Yes.
So it'll be nice to get back home and get to a team that, nothing against Tom Bean, they're a good football team, but they're not Gunter.
Right.
And it'll be nice to play someone that Howe can really stay in the game with. And actually, Howe did a good job of staying in the game tonight. But I know the Bulldogs are looking forward to a little bit of a break and stop playing these tremendous teams like Pottsboro and Gunter back-to-back.
Right, back-to-back. That was a tough choice.
So for everyone who's been a part of this one, including Michael Mosier and Stephen Braswell, it's been a great night tonight. We didn't hit all the massive rain. We got to get home before this thing hits. For everyone who's been a part of this one, I'm Monty Walker. So long, everybody. You've been listening to Howe Bulldogs Football. Howe Bulldogs Football has been brought to you by
Abby's Restaurant, GCEC Wireless, Scoggins Funeral Home, Bucksnort Barbecue, Cavender Home Theater, SAP Consulting, Sweetie Pies, Fast Signs, Kiri's Coffee Company, 4A Automotive, and Sonic.
He pushes his way in. It is touchdown time in Texas for the first time in the 2014 season. Take me away.